Oh, we live and ready to roll? Think we running? Because I said 4-0. I show up for whatever ass whoopings you got for me, big dog. Who's out here, man? AllBallTV live, Fabian perspective. Might be going dolo. Yo, the link is in the chat early, guys. We ain't running from none of y'all smoke. You got a problem, let me know. Is Steph Curry the GOAT? Good vibes. Turbo, you in the building. Is Steph Curry is he the GOAT? Is he the GOAT? I don't know if I should start off with the Knicks thing early, because the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau, you moron. You messed up my public parlay. Is Steph Curry the GOAT? They scared to say it. I'm not scared to say it. But I'm real about it. He ain't no GOAT, man. He's not the GOAT. He's not better than LeBron. He's not better than Mike. All ball Fab. Yo, International Dave. What's good, my brother? Let's go get it, Monday Marcel. Oh, boy. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute.
What up?
My brother, my compadre. What's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
I'm great on
I
this
got a little
Monday.
bad connection because I'm in my car and all that.
Okay.
Now
It's
you were
good,
saying
though.
was Kerry the GOAT?
Is he the GOAT, boss man?
Ooh-wee.
Is Stephen Curry, Stephen Wardell Curry, as his fans notably respectfully call him, is he the GOAT?
That's a great argument, man, because he's been doing it for a very long time too, just as everyone else been doing it. I mean, not everyone, but LeBron, KD, And what's good about him? He's with the same team. They all grew together. It's not like he went somewhere else and the only person they brought in one time was Kevin Durant. And it's not like they needed him. He needed them. They didn't need him.
One second. Keep going. That's my man, KG. He's not the GOAT, but he's up there. International Dave, how do I join? Yo, the Dave, there's a link in the chat. Just tap that, and you should be able to go in right smoothly. It's not like the other kind of connections. Yo, that's a good point, though, boss man. I wanted to say this for the weekend for the guys. We got a special event coming up on Sunday with some of the fellas, me, Don Flea, and All Ball, of course. But the thing about Steph Curry is his first like 4 or 5 years, he wasn't Steph Curry yet, right? But ever since then, he's been Steph Curry. And I think his last 3 years, yo, boss man, he's better than my opinion, this is the best part of his career. Like once he got hurt, he came back with the muscles. It was a different Steph Curry. They bleed in the wait a minute, we got a full house in here.
Yo. What up?
What up?
What's good?
They bleed.
Hello,
I think apologies are in order because I disrespected the Miami Heat. And I said sweep. And you said, whoa. What are you talking about, fam?
Yeah, bro.
You have to realize with Miami Heat, man, they beat Milwaukee, man. And a lot of people have Milwaukee winning the whole thing with the same crew they have.
Right.
So for Miami to beat them, that's a big notch, man, on their belt, man.
Yeah.
Without a bona fide center.
Without no center.
Big time. I didn't want to veer off though, boss man. That was my fault because I had to apologize to Dave Bleed because nobody was talking about the Miami Heat before the playoffs. He's the only one that said, yo, Bucks got a problem on their hands. The only guy in the world, 6 billion people on Earth, boss man, and one man, Dave Bleeds. He's the only guy that said it.
Bro, because I ain't gonna lie, because if you think about it, bro, in the past years, Bucks and Heat, They got a rivalry now. The Bucks been wilding. They won championship. Heat got to the championship in the Eastern Conference against them in 2020, and they lost to the Lakers. But it always been a problem for the Bucks against the Heat, bro. Always.
Right, they created the wall, the Giannis wall. Was
Right.
it them or Toronto?
You said what?
Was it the Heat or Toronto that made the Giannis wall?
The Heat.
I think Toronto did.
Yeah,
Either way.
Probably Toronto.
Either way, it's still Miami executes it, and they just play tough. But I want to get back to the title is, man, is Steph Curry the GOAT, Dave Bleeds, and Turbo, you follow up. Is he the GOAT or not?
No, he's one of the. He's definitely all-time great. But
listen, bro, he got his own category, bro.
That's kind of hard.
He got his own category.
But he's definitely one of the greatest, one of the all-time greats. That's for sure.
Hold on. Dave Bleeds said he got his own category. Oh shit, that's some new level. Nah, let me look, yo, Bleeds, you know how ill that is? Like, you know, if a girl's feeling you, right? If she's feeling you is one thing, right? But if she tell you some shit like, nah, you got your own category. Am I what? What kind of category Steph Curry? What kind of category Steph Curry got? Dave Bleeds.
Greatest shooter alive.
Yeah.
He in his own category.
Yeah.
But that's not his own category, because you could put him in the category with Bird and all them other cats. Remember now, a lot of them cats back in the days wasn't shooting 3 points like they're shooting now.
Right, that's a fact. But
so that wasn't their game plan.
We ain't see
nothing. Now,
like
what I would say, Curry is the best point guard shooter out of all of them. That's his own category.
Yeah, that I can respect that. I can agree with that.
Yo, now I gotta respectfully disagree, boss man. I'm sorry. This is man. 50
like Steph Curry, bro.
At 35, that's what I was gonna say, boss man. I was getting into that, Bleeds, before you got jumped on a turbo. The first 4 years, Steph Curry wasn't Steph Curry yet, but ever since then, he's been Stephen Wardell Curry.
Right.
We ain't see Larry Bird at 35. We ain't see Magic at 35. And if we did, they weren't this. He's at a high level. This is the end of his prime physically, and we ain't never seen him play like this.
No. I agree, but technology has changed. They hire all these special
what's good, bro?
trainers and all that stuff. Man. You know, I wouldn't put it the age is so much a factor. Just how your body is, how you develop your body when you train the right way.
And he's taking advantage of all that. The tapes, the information. I gotta say though, boss man, everybody has the same access to whatever Steph Curry got, and he's still the creme de la creme.
I'm not gonna lie, it's just like how Shaq said, bro. Everybody don't want to be the GOAT, bro. There's too many names in that convo. He got his own category. He can live with that, bro, because he the most dominant. LeBron the best all around. Curry greatest shooter. Let's just leave that categories, but they got their own category, bro. Ain't no more GOAT talk. Because all these gonna say is LeBron. All these gonna say is Michael Jordan, bro. Just leave that
the Jordan guys will, or whoever. I hated Michael Jordan because I'm a Knicks fan. I hated him. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a thing, bro. When this is the thing I hate, right? Like if you go back and look at all the stories from how they talk about Jordan, they calling this man Black Jesus. And y'all playing against them.
Black Jesus is Earl of Pearl Monroe.
Bro.
That's the OG Black Jesus.
He's the real Black Jesus.
OG Black Jesus, but bro, they calling Michael Jordan Black Jesus as he's playing against them, bro. I never seen that in my life, bro. Never.
Wasn't that story when Reggie Miller said that he called himself that on the court?
Yes, bro.
Hold on. Not just Reggie Miller.
Called him that.
Not just Reggie Miller, Don. It was a white man, the best white man ever maybe in the game. Larry Bird called him God in high tops. No, yeah, God. He skipped over the whole Black Jesus thing.
After he gave him a nice sweep,
though. Crazy, bro. 3-0. It's crazy.
Got him out of there quick.
It's crazy, bro.
Shout out to Dom Dropper in the building.
I'm playing against Black Jesus or the God in high tops. It's quiet.
Any biblical names, man, is crazy. That's why King James is a dope name.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hold on, we got Land of the Heart. My bad, Don. We have Land of the Heartless. Nice title, but you can't have a GOAT in a team sport.
Interesting take.
All is only the Ali is the only true GOAT, which that's arguable too, Land of the Heartless. How you a GOAT with four other people on the court with you? It's impossible. How you a GOAT, but you ain't playing by yourself? Land of the Heartless, you're a GOAT when you massacre everyone out there in the Game 7 the way Steph Curry did. That's how you become a GOAT, Land of the Heartless. What are you talking about right now? You got to celebrate that man. What's wrong with you, Land of the Heartless? You need a drink, Land of the Heartless. Get some coffee in you.
Do too much hating and not enough praising, bro.
Yes.
And he beat him by himself. That's the crazy part. And yo, the scary part about what makes Golden State so great is that one person can have, like, a couple of guys can have a bad game, but they still find a way to win. No other teams can do that. Like, how many teams can do that?
Off straight scoring.
I'm not gonna say it was by himself though, with the way
Looney played. No. But you know that.
Yeah. He dragged him. He dragged him. He put him on his back and said, "Follow me." I love that.
Yeah. But we see other teams, they can't do that the way Golden State does. Like, Golden State can get away with certain things that other teams can't. That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
I think that's Land of the Heartless point, and Dom could chime in because he's been dealing with I guess this thing all day long. But this goes for any player, not just Curry, for GOAT in any team sport, and it's a 5-on-5, not 1-on-1. Hate? Nah, wrong guy. He's never a hater. I'm sorry about that, Land of the Heartless. We called you a hater. Oh, we got one of the biggest haters ever in the history of mankind. Rockstar Mel in the building. Oh wait, he dipped. Oh, he goes back. He's back. There he goes.
Right there. Mel, what's good, bro?
I mean,
what up, everybody?
It's hard to call these guys GOATs. Pretty sure we're gonna be calling everybody the GOAT.
Right.
Yes, man.
It has to be some kind of criteria we need to follow.
Well, I mean, I think everybody
hard to pick, bro.
Everybody has their own criteria of what they value. Like, for example, Fabian really likes big men, more than a lot of guys I talk to. Pause. He really likes bigs. There's some people like my uncle. He thinks
who your favorite big, Fabian?
The way you said that, please, was crazy. I don't like. You implied. Who's your favorite big? No, it was Dom started it. I'm blaming Dom. He said it first. Like, Fabian really favors big men. So, listen, it's Kareem. Shaq is up there. Kareem. Hakeem is crazy. Hakeem's the most talented. He's the most skilled. He's the most skilled big man ever. Right? Like,
physically talented is Wilt Chamberlain. Physically talented.
Skilled?
Hey, I think I'm on good.
Skilled is Hakeem.
Yeah, skilled is Hakeem.
Kareem was more skilled than I never seen him play. I don't think I'm coming down him. I never seen Kareem play live. Skilled. He's more skilled than Hakeem Olajuwon?
No, I said Hakeem is the most skilled.
Boss man, what do you think? You have a good lens of this. Or Marcel. Marcel's a really good lens of this too. Or Tarbell, I should say.
Well, you call me Marcel, Tarbell, don't matter.
I think those are the two most skilled. I mean, honestly, I don't want to be premature with it. I think Jokic is very skilled too. But let's go with, since the GOATs, Hakeem and Kareem, to me, they're the two most skilled bigs, I think, like centers. What about
Wilt Chamberlain?
Well, I think Wilt Chamberlain's really skilled too. My only gripe with Wilt Chamberlain is his free throw shooting. But his passing, his rebounding, and like the way he can score is amazing. But I don't know. Hakeem's footwork, Kareem's touch around the basket is just incredible. I don't know.
And you know what's so crazy about both of them? Their durability. They never really got hurt.
Oh, Wilt or Kareem? Wilt got hurt. He blew out his knee, but he came back the same season. That's what's insane to me.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't like about some people. I know you can't. Everybody's a personal thing, right? Of course, the GOAT and the top 5 conversation is a personal thing. But I think yesterday on the live, it was about 2 or 3 people. 2 people, I think, they had a top 5, and there's nobody from this era in the top 5. Like, that's crazy. Like,
hell yeah,
how is like LeBron or Curry not in nobody top 5?
I don't think that's that crazy.
That is crazy, bro. You got to get out of that. If things are getting better, athletes are getting better.
I don't agree with that narrative, though. I don't think things are getting better.
Hold on, Dom. Go ahead, finish
Everybody's not more talented, and then they had to have a discussion about Kobe's Mike. If Kobe was just as good as Mike and more skilled, more training, more everything, how is he not better? Well, I don't think so. And I do the same thing, but the positions now, like everything is better. So how you don't think these players is not better than back then? It has to be somewhere. You at least one person, like not having nobody, none of these greats right now in your top 5 is just like that.
Yo, if you think about it, bro,
but to each his own, bro.
Everybody that's about to be in the league is positionless.
Yeah, but okay, you say they're positionless,
right? And they could do
everything.
That's what makes them even better. They could do everything.
No, they can't do everything.
With that.
They can't do everything. They don't post the fuck up. They get a small guy switched on them. They settle for threes. You can't tell me you watch Karl Anthony Towns and tell me that shit's better. You're actually getting me angry. Like, you can't tell me you watch Karl Anthony Towns and tell me that shit's better.
I'm talking about the GOAT. He not nobody GOAT.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Embiid. Let's talk about Embiid for a second. Embiid is a beast. He can't stay healthy for one playoff run, and when he gets injured, he settles for 18-footers over and over, even though he's a 7'2" guy that could put your ass in the rim. Where is that coming from? Everybody wants to gawk at his guard skills. When push comes to shove and they're going to put a bigger wing on you, you better be able to back their asses down. That's why Jokic is better than these fools, because he'll simplify his game. You put a small guy on him, he's going to go right to that block. But we haven't seen that in years. I started watching basketball in the mid-2000s, right after Shaq. Do you know how many trash-ass centers there were? DeMarcus Cousins was our best center. He would be maybe the 4th or 5th best center in the 60s to me. He's not better than Nate Thurman. He's not better than Nate Thurman.
You never even seen Nate Thurman play. You just
I will send you the video. I've seen him play in one.
Never even seen.
I will send you the video.
You started watching basketball in the mid-2000s, then you said Nate Thurman. Come on, bro.
Can't say that.
Incredible. Come on.
You got the wrong. Hold on, you got the
wrong. Unlike all these other little Gen Z idiots, I document all my work. It's on my YouTube channel. That's the difference between me and them. I document my shit. So
right, but you never seen them play. If you seen them play, or if you was to drop DeMarcus Cousins in 1960, what the fuck you think he gonna do?
Nothing.
It depends.
He can't.
I know it depends.
See, Rockstar Mel. This is the problem. That's why.
No, listen, boss man. I compared DeMarcus Cousins to someone like Walt Bellamy. He can shoot the ball. He's a lazy defender. But I don't know if he's better than Walt Bellamy, first of all. But
I just said, Don.
Once again, that wasn't the convo. I was talking about the top. The cream of the top.
That wasn't me. Don. I'm listening. But what I'm
talking about the cream of the crop. You just naming anybody.
Hold on.
What I would say is, I agree with what you said, Don. We had to put these guys in that category of the years they played in, because a lot of us didn't see Kareem play. A lot of us didn't see Wilt Chamberlain play. So if we start by the eras they played in, yes, and that's why Jordan always says he's not the best, because he didn't play against those guys prior to him. And that makes a lot of sense.
It does, but then it ends the discussion. And then I know for a fact Michael Jordan is lying, boss man, because
say that.
Exactly. Because they had him going all out arguing, him and Wilt Chamberlain at the top 50 event. That they were arguing at the table like, I'm better than you. No, they made rules for you to help you. They made rules to avoid people like me. So you can't tell me that the ego wasn't there, and then the conversation will end. We could do the best of their era, and then we go, all right, how would DeMarcus fit in the 60s? That shit is mad fun to me. All right, DeMarcus, I never even heard DeMarcus Cousins and Walt Bellamy comparison until right now.
Yeah, that was very random, but my point is this. My point is
Walt Bellamy.
You can't tell me. Walt Bellamy's really good. Look at his stats.
No, but it's the fact that who talks about Walt Bellamy now? Like the fact that you can do it, right? But the fact that you can do that and then we make it respectable, now everybody can learn. Look at these Walt Bellamy. That's hilarious. I love it.
Right. True. No. And it's growth. It's growing. Like we had a good conversation, even though, how we all have different opinions, and you saying something might make somebody else do some research or give somebody else more credit. So these conversations is needed.
Boogie's not better. I don't think Boogie is better than Nate Thurman, because if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and there's video evidence of this, if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar tells you this is the best defender he's ever played against, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1973, he had the number 1 seed, and he got held to 22 points in the first round and got beaten up. I mean, come on, man. There's enough evidence for me to say that he's a beat. And plus, there's only one full game I have of Nate Thurman, sadly, but it's on my YouTube channel. Dude, this man grabbed the ball underneath the basket and threw a full court outlet behind his own backboard. If that happened now, we would go crazy about it. Like Jokic does that and ends up top 10 on ESPN. And this is a guy that can guard like elite players. So I think he's a great player. I love DeMarcus Cousins, by the way. I think he was underappreciated. Like we talked about this the other day with Boogie. But my point is this. I don't agree with that everything has gone better, because when I see these big men and teams switch everything and they can't post up and take advantage, that's something that will get you laughed off the floor even 10 years ago. Secondly, a team like the Memphis Grizzlies.
Vice versa, them big men wouldn't be able to play in this NBA neither. The people you name unless they was be able to shoot. No, they can't because we're going to take the twos and you missing one, you missing free throws for the 3-pointers or the mid-range. That's going to hit every time.
But my starting center can't shoot and the Knicks starting center can't shoot.
We got to accept the fact that big men changed over the years, bro. Right. It is not even big men. The game has changed over the years. It's a shooting game now. Right. Everybody want to shoot. And that's the Steph Curry effect, bro.
I feel like it's coming back a little bit, though. I do feel like it's coming back with that performance by Looney. And it's coming back a little bit.
Listen, this is what Looney's salary.
Certain players is coming back, but not all.
Looney's salary versus Jordan Poole's salary tells you everything you need to know about the way people view the game. Jordan Poole's making $30 million because he's extremely exciting to watch and he can score. Looney's making $9 million. But who is more impactful in the playoffs? It's not close. Looney he's an amazing offensive rebounder. He defends. He's really strong.
And he can't shoot.
He can't shoot a lick. Although in UCLA he could, but I don't know. He just stopped trying to do that.
Right. So that's why I don't want to hear that, Mel.
He's not a great. He just had a great series, bro.
No. Hold on. What you just said was the big players from back then cannot play today. That's not a fact.
I don't think he said that.
That's exactly what he just said.
Not play, but not be elite, not win, not be elite. You feel me? Like
Kevin Looney looked pretty elite for he was.
That's not a good comparison. But if the third best center in the league is what Aiton Towns or
every big in the league is a modern day Dennis Rodman.
They can't rebound like him though. Dennis Rodman is one of the best rebounders we've ever seen.
Look at Kevon Looney. He just had 21.
Right, he just had 20. Dennis Rodman never did that.
What?
Dennis Rodman had 21 rebounds.
Why are we lying?
21 rebounds in 3 playoff games. Look where that's at. Look that
might have. Well, nah, right.
Chamberlain and what's
right.
Well, Chamberlain had 40 rebounds.
Then that's facts. But he had. You know what I'm saying? He definitely did.
Go for more possessions now, but I'm gonna look it up anyway. Are we trying to say that Kevon Looney's a better rebounder than?
I got you, boss man.
No. I said every big now is a modern day Dennis Rodman. They just get rebounds and don't get no buckets.
That goes to prove my point. It's somebody that's nowhere in the same name or tier of Dennis Rodman doing what he did, and he's not elite. And only Dennis Rodman could do that back then, and he's a role player, and he's doing it.
Let me tell you why that's a bad.
That's not true.
Let me tell you why it's a bad comparison.
Hold on. But Popeye Jones was doing that. Like we got,
bro. Not this. Y'all just naming anybody. This is his.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not,
bro.
No, you're
Popeye Jones did.
He was grabbing rebounds like that.
No, not 20 in 3 games, bro. It's like him, Wilt Chamberlain, and somebody else did it. It's only 3 players in NBA history did it.
But Popeye Jones and Dennis Rodman didn't play for Golden State that's in position to be in like this. They didn't play for a team. I'm not saying it's there. You're saying that you had players that were incapable of doing this, and they would have done this.
No, I didn't say they was incapable. It's just never been done.
I'm looking at it right now. Rodman has had 20 plus rebounds against every single team in the NBA except for one. That's insane.
That's not
crazy.
The stat, though. The stat is 23-game rebounds in 1 playoff series. I didn't
say both impressive.
I don't think Rodman.
Different level. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But a lot. It's not a different. The difference is the way the game is played. Sacramento plays a breakneck pace, so there's going to be a lot of shots that they take. I don't think Rodman's era they played in the playoffs that fast.
And then you got to look at who he had on the front line.
But they said in the 80s is the same pace as now.
You're right. So I want to. You're right about that.
Now.
You're right about that. So I want to look at the 80s games.
Well,
he probably didn't have 20 and 1, but you also have to remember too. And this is not to hate on modern players, but rebounding now, a lot of times they just get back. They don't even contest the rebound.
True. That is true. I've seen a lot of that. That shit was pissing me off.
Let me get to the.
No, the reason why I'm sorry, but I was gonna say the reason why they do that is because they want to prevent transition points. Because nowadays you get out and run, you get an open 3, 4 guys that can shoot on the court, then you're kind of screwed. So you got to get back.
Let me get to some of the chats, and then I want Bleeze and Turbo to chime in. Loft, I don't know what loft means. I respectfully disagree. A person can be the greatest at something, whether they're dolo or on a squad. I was Keith Gardner. And if you need help on defense, how you will go in any way in a 2-way sport? I can't say that because Magic needed help. If that's your opinion, but if Draymond doesn't get the rebound, then what? Or Clay doesn't make the shot, then what? Yo, did you watch yesterday's game, Land of the Heartless? Are you saying all this after this guy destroyed like this? If Pippen doesn't be able to guard the 1 through 4, then what? Yeah, okay, team sport. I think he's more focused on the fact that What was my grandfather's high school teammate over Brook High School? Oh, that's crazy. They play matchup zone. It ain't the same to post up like back in the day. Yeah, they can't. They can't play the same kind of zone. They play like fake zone in the 90s and 80s. Like the Pistons and the Sonics, they play like a fake zone. Oh, Nick Pillow, what's up, Nick Pillow? Looney has always been impactful.
Right.
Happy Monday, fellas.
And that's another thing. Back in the day, nigga, Jordan could ISO on one side and clear it out for 15 seconds. No help.
Nah, that's for a certain time period. That's for a certain time period.
You can't do that now, bro.
No, you can't, but you can't tell me that he wouldn't have, like, Jordan wouldn't have been Jordan. He was just too skilled.
I'm not taking that away from him. Just because I say one thing, y'all be trying to say.
I understand. Nah, you couldn't do. You had 15 seconds of ISO up until the late 80s. They changed that rule.
Posting point guards up for 15 seconds. Like,
right. Well, Mark Jackson.
15 seconds.
Yeah, no. Mark Jackson and Charles Barkley, they're the reason why they changed that rule up to 5 seconds of the basket rule. Yeah, you're right, 1,000%. What do you think, Dave Bleeds? This is a clean sweep. Well, I mean, what is your point, Rockstar Mel? That Dennis Rodman, these guys couldn't come and play in this era?
No. So what I was saying was, like, I don't know if it's because it's happening now and people don't appreciate it as much. I think that's what happened because it's happening right now. People don't appreciate things that's happening right now as much. You don't get credit. You're not gonna get credit till like years later.
Really?
But
I agree with that.
My opinion, bro. Even like when I hated Westbrook and he had 3 triple doubles in a row, I'm like, yo, we're never gonna see this in our life again, bro. Ever, bro. The shit Curry doing, we're never gonna see this in our life again. The shit LeBron doing, never gonna see this in our life again, ever. Like, by the time somebody breaks LeBron record right now, God willing, all of us might be gone. It took him 40 years to get it. The next person, it might take even longer. They asked Luka if he wanted to do it. He said, no, I don't want to play ball that long. So I think because we in the present, shit is not appreciated more. But what I was saying is, I just feel like it's like how some of these guys is doing. They got to be even though some of their careers done, some of them not, but they got to be up in these top 5s and top 10s, bro. It's impossible. Before you love basketball, you have to know every area and what's going on, bro.
Yes.
What you've seen, I can't really talk on the one. I'm the type of dude, I don't go off of what I haven't seen. So I'm just going by what I have, what I've been able to research, what I've seen. It's impossible not to have Braun, Curry, KD, one of them, somebody in top nothing, no top 10 is just like crazy, bro. That's
I agree with that.
Like, it make me value your opinion less, bro.
I agree with that.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let Bleeds get in because Bleeds been quiet. I want to Bleeds what
was the topic? My fault. What was the topic?
Like, just I guess what Rockstar Mel's point is just like how you don't have Steph Curry in your top 10 by now or LeBron. Like, for somebody to say like that's all Ball's thing. LeBron is not top 5. And it's just like after a while, it's like kind of But he's not the only one.
That's what I'm saying. It was like 2 people that they top 5s and top 10s, and it was nobody new in it. I was in the comments.
Like if people still got like old people from back in the day and they top 5 and not nobody in a new generation, they just delusional, bro. Because they not accepting change, and the fact that the league has changed and it's not like back then. So some people might have that old list and not new players, but it's like at the same time you can't disrespect them because they're wilding. They got the same stat line as them from back then. You can't not take away their accomplishments or what they did in the league. So they just delusional, bro. That's all I gotta say about it. Delusional.
That's a fact. What do you think, Turbo?
No, I agree, but me having a top 10, I gotta have like positions. Like for me, as far as point guards, I think yes, Magic he set the bar. So I would definitely him and Isaiah to me change the point guard position. And then guys like what Steph is doing, with guys like the way Luka is playing the point, stuff like that. So yeah, the game does have to revolve, but I think you got to show respect for the people that paved the way for the new guys too.
That right.
True.
I'm gonna also say this.
Because listen, and hold on. And truth be told, what if Penny didn't get hurt? He would have been in the GOAT
That's a fact.
conversation.
Nobody talk about Penny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Grant Hill. Grant Hill would have been in the GOAT conversation because people would after Jordan. people was like, "Yo, who's going to be the next ace?" And they would look. And it's crazy when we talk about
Penny
Curry.
Was the first
Hold on.
Facts.
Like when we talk about Curry, Grant Hill went through the same thing that what Steph is going through. Because there are some people that love Steph, but there's some people that hate on Steph.
But what did Grant Hill go through? The nice church boy image.
Yeah, the family, him coming from a 2-family home, him being a Duke guy, that kind of you saw the.
But Steph got hated on because of that, or because they were calling him the GOAT and he was that. Like, because I don't know if Steph got that kind of hate.
Nah, there was some talks. But Grant Hill kind of got that treatment. That light skin. You know how that light skin talk goes in, bro. You know how that goes, bro. You know how that goes. Bro.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But
right, not this. Right, that's another difference. That's a good point, Bleeze. Finish that point. Curry came in as an underdog. Go ahead, Bleeze.
Nobody expected Curry to be Curry that he is now. Yeah. Nobody expected that.
People
came out of nowhere, came out the blue, and he just shut everybody down.
People thought Blake Griffin was going to change the game more than Curry.
Fact.
Right.
Yeah, because he was the #1 pick.
And then niggas was saying yesterday, like, Curry's not really your point, right? It's like, all right, what he had?
I agree.
8 rebounds, 6 dimes, right? But hold on. I wake up this morning, right? It was like, yo, he was scoring at will, right? He was scoring at will yesterday. He had, I think, 15 in the fourth and like 14 in the third. The thing he displayed the best was his handle. He was toying with the defense. He was doing whatever he wanted, coast to coast, multiple trips.
Facts.
So that makes you a point guard?
What it makes you? That's not a tool. It's not two that's going coast to coast every trip.
Why not? Kobe had a handle
every trip and play with the defense like that, bro. That's something a point guard does, bro.
I think for me, he's a 2. He had to move to the 2 because at the 1, it's easier to guard Golden State. You don't want Curry with the ball more often than you do off the ball. Off the ball, he changes everything. And then when he got the ball in his hands, it makes it even more dangerous. Because
and then that's why you can't guard him, because he's a willing passer.
Right.
Gets the ball and pass it off. Now you can't double me.
Right. He does make the
They gotta have Curry at the 1 because they got no other ball handlers like him, bro. Like look at Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, he be so fancy with it, gonna be pretty. No, bro. You gotta control shit. You gotta know how to control shit, bro. That's what
he doesn't have a real handle,
bro.
Yeah, he doesn't have a handle on. You see, a point guard. I mean, who is a real point guard today?
Nobody.
But like somebody else said it. But look, that's once again, once again, the game has changed.
Hold on, man.
Nobody's a real point guard nowadays, bro. Except CP3. CP3 still in the game, so I'm gonna say CP3. That's it.
But I mean, the last 5 years, anybody 27 and under, who's a real point guard?
LaMelo,
Halliburton.
Nah, Halliburton too.
No, he's a 1. He's the purest point guard in the game. He's the only one.
Yeah, because he said he looked up to Magic. His dad had him looking up tapes and watch how Magic.
Oh, Tyus Jones, but they're not. But see,
Lonzo Ball too. LaMelo Ball, Lonzo Ball, just when they got the Knicks, just to make the extra pass, just to make it, kick it to the win. It's only a few of those.
Even Brunson's not a pure point. Trae Young's not a pure point. None of these guys are pure point.
Trae Young's a pure point.
You think he's pure point? That's tough.
Brunson is. I think Brunson is. Do we look at Brunson as a scoring point guard?
Yes.
I mean,
hell yeah.
Listen, Trae Young and Jalen Brunson is two. They like Jalen Brunson's a scorer, but Trae Young is also a scorer. But he can also pass the ball.
But
I think he passes like no other. I think Trae Young's passing is fucking crazy.
Yeah, his passes.
Bro, he could set it. He could get a screen. You'll think he going up. He'll pass it to the big. You never know, bro. Oh, James Harden also one of them too. Pure point guard.
Turbo just yawning to the mic like, how dare you, Turbo?
My bad.
Nah, but
there's only a few pure point guards in the league, bro.
That's right. Yeah, that's true, and that's why I'm saying, like with Steph Curry's game, they surrounded him with
because it's about to be a positionless.
When did that though?
That's how this whole argument started.
Look at Wamby.
When did that
can do everything?
When did that change
next year?
What?
No more pure point guards scoring.
Early 2010s, I'd say.
Yeah.
You had Tony Parker back then. You had fucking Chris Paul. You had mad people. Brandon Jennings.
I think it's because like the way we initiate offense is different. Like I think
Derek Fisher
before
was still in the league.
Yeah.
I think before you as a point guard,
Jason
you were
Kidd.
taught to bring it up and pass. And now you run pick and roll. And so you got to be a threat to score, and then that sets everybody else up. It's that spread pick and roll that changed the game. It made the point guard and the no, taking off perimeter contact. Those two things, I think those two things changed how we do offense now.
I gotta send y'all a video, please, about John. You know who John Beeline is? He used to be a coach for I think West Virginia,
Michigan.
Was it Michigan too? He was he's the only coach to get 20 wins on every level.
When
D1
when Trey Burke was there.
Send me that.
Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, listen. The way his college career, he changed from the way he defended because of what you're saying, Dom. Like it's what, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers ended up hiring him. That was like the last place he wanted to get 20 wins at. But I like the Detroit Pistons hired him. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that the way college evolved, you know that they're prepping all these players to go play in the NBA. So the way that guy changed his whole defense is because of what Dom is saying. We don't need the point guard to play point anymore. Anybody could be a point guard on the court, but I don't think it's as positionless as we want it to be, because like we still got Kevon Looney out there getting 20 rebounds. That's a position. That is a specialty. So you need that guy on your team. Curry's not doing that for you. You know what I mean? Like Jimmy Butler getting 11. I'm pissed about that shit. He got 11 rebounds. He got 12 rebounds yesterday.
But that's one team. Every team ain't got that.
And which ones don't? The ones that lose. Like, look at Sacramento. You know what I mean? Like last year in Boston.
Sacramento got that. They got Sabonis. He averaged like 13, 14 rebounds.
Right, but now they're missing a defensive specialist. Like Golden State has all that throughout their years. Think about it. Draymond's a defensive specialist. And they had a rebounding specialist. If not, they had, guys.
Two defensive specialists with Iguodala in his prime. Defensive prime.
And Clay, if you want to count him.
Clay.
That's three.
Before he got injured.
Yeah, and KD was a good defender there too.
So, but see now, I think people point to that, like my Land of the Heartless. Let me go to him real quick, because this guy's hilarious. He said, my top two rappers of all time will never change.
Dude, again, I think it's a lot of its preference. I think the game has changed, but I don't agree with everything's gotten better. That's my only gripe.
What hasn't gotten better for you?
What hasn't gotten better?
Yeah.
Wow, you don't want me to really go that deep.
No, we do. We do.
Hold on.
Before you answer that question, what the hell are you doing with the Celtics? What's that about?
Right, in the background.
All right.
What the fuck is that about?
He's a Celtics fan.
No, I'm not.
No, he's not. He ain't no damn Celtics fan. Yeah, please. Show some respect, Dom. I'm sorry, Mel. Go ahead, ask the question.
No. You said, how has it gone down? Man.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think the biggest thing, I'll just keep going in order. One, I know it's harder to guard. I do agree it's harder to guard. But there's a lot less pride on a nightly basis taken on defense. I think there are a lot less people that are really out there to guard. And I think part of it's because the flash, what we value, it's an offense first league. And like growing up, I was, one of the guy that's main trainer for SGA, he ran clinics that I used to go to when I was a kid with a bunch of kids that were in AAU and whatever. And the one thing I'll say he definitely got me better at is my bag, like my handle, my shot, my ability to create my own shot. And I think that's what you see has gone better in today's game is you got more guys that can get busy with the ball and then more guys that are shooting the three. But I think the other fundamental things around that, Steve Kerr's called this out, Kobe called this out, have gone down. Like, dude, the IQ of the players to me is just crazy sometimes. Like, they lack common sense. And, like, for example, there's a lot of guys that saying they don't watch ball like that. I feel like back in the day, we didn't have the highlights and all that, so you had to sit down and watch some games. We have highlights. You can see John Morant post or somebody 5 minutes later. You get that on social media. But the biggest thing I have a problem with is the lack of being able to take advantage of mismatches in the post. The back-to-basket game is completely taken out of the game. I'm not asking that you throw it down center versus center or your position versus your position, but if you have a smaller guy on you, you better be able to at least draw a double team. It's just crazy what we do. And also the mid-range game. The guys that have it, I think that you see in the playoffs how much it helps them. But there are certain guys that they even a lot of role players, they neglect the middle part of the floor. I don't think it's smart to just not give a fuck about the middle part of the floor. I also think how many good rebounders, truly great rebounders do we have in the NBA? I couldn't name more than 10. And my last thing, the movement without the ball. These dudes are so stagnant unless they're being sets ran for them, except for 3 teams: the Nuggets, the Warriors, and the Sacramento Kings. But yeah, that's a lot of it.
I disagree with the IQ part because I know plenty of hoopers that didn't like watching other hoopers hoop or other people play and went out and still was killers. The rebounding, you might have a point, but then again, it's like the defense was better back then, but it's like just feel like now is you can't.
Bro, now nobody
you can't
bro.
guard 40
Exactly.
94 feet for 40 minutes.
For 48
niggas
minutes.
Is shooting
Hell
from
no.
half. Niggas going
Yep.
around
They don't
1,000
shoot.
picks.
That's such an exaggeration, though.
Niggas is hitting step backs. Niggas hitting fadeaway threes. Niggas hitting side threes. Shots that wasn't even considered
skill
good
has
shot.
definitely
Niggas
got
is hitting
better
these
from
on the
back then,
regular. Malik Monk, your role players coming hitting fadeaway threes on the regular. That's hard to guard every play, bro.
We had Jamal Crawfords of the world in the 2000s.
Yeah, but that was one out of.
It's different from back. It's different from back.
There's more guys that can hit that shot. There's less guys that can guard. Did Malik Monk play smart basketball to you? Let's be real. I like Malik Monk. He's very talented. He doesn't play smart basketball.
He's 50-50. He's 50-50. It's like Jordan Poole.
Right. I feel like he's 50-50.
Jordan Poole plays. Are you crazy? He plays idiotic basketball. The Warrior fans are killing him for his IQ. What are we talking about here, man?
No, I'm saying
smarter. He takes smarter
Also, I
shots.
think that
right.
passing. People are so. Another thing people really sleep on from back in the day is the passing. These guys are so fundamentally sound, man. People sleep on that passing, especially for
from back in the day or now.
Back in the day, dude.
I can do that. Back in the day, the passing was way better.
Okay, so I'm actually shocked.
Way.
I see. I disagree with that, and it's part of the problem. I think that's what comes with the game changing like this. You're gonna have less post play. You're gonna have less. There's way more passing now, but if there's that many more possessions.
But know what I'm saying?
Maybe in the 2000s,
is not better. Like Magic, I used to be wild by Magic. Jordan coming down, no look. I was wild by that. Like niggas was just like wild that Kevin Love did 94-foot pass. That used to be regular. Like that wasn't.
True. He's right about that.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that was regular.
No, okay, but let me just say this: for bigs in the '60s, it somewhat was. That's what I was shocked about this.
When there was 10 teams. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Imagine if the NBA. Hold on. Imagine take 10 teams up today in the league now, and we just had one conference for them. What do you think would take place? The 10 best teams? Are you kidding me? You're gonna have the best play possible. So the same thing with the 60s. If you take the 10 best teams, it's over. And you didn't even have all the talent back then.
Because the end of the bench players were white guys for tickets.
That's my point. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, there's no excuse. That's the one thing that the past, the old guys, us, we got to get rid of that mentality. Bro, there is no bigger talent pool than now ever before.
Well, I don't think anyone denies the talent pool.
They kind of do because we have the world talent pool now. Back then, it was just the U.S. and really 50-50 white people.
Right.
If we had 4 black people on our team, we were done. So nowadays, it ain't that. Yeah. Our top 4 MVPs are not from here. The MVP candidates. Top 4.
Like the center, Luka's one of the. I mean, Jokic is one of the best passers. I've never seen a center really run the all. He runs the offense, bro,
from anywhere.
Yeah. That's how the game should be played, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. I think Jokic proves my
how
point.
I see it, right? How the Nuggets play is how I played in high school, bro. Swear to God, like everything was ran through me. I was getting double team. I was feeding my teammates, all that shit, bro. And it's like seeing that. It's like, bro, I was doing that shit in high school. So it's like it's better to play like that because it's like it opens everything up for the smaller.
And it's hard to guard.
Up for the smaller guards, bro, to go crazy. Because if they double me, I'm gonna just kick it right back out. I got the IQ. I average damn near 10 assists. I'm gonna get y'all a rebound. I don't have to score like that. I'm not looking to score.
What school you went to, please?
I went to East High School in Buffalo.
Okay.
Yeah, my coach got the highest wins in Buffalo right now. He just retired too.
Word.
That's
yeah.
Congrats to him. What's his name?
Sterling Bryant.
Sterling Bryant. Congrats to you, my brother. Hold on. Land of the Hall says
Buffalo got hoopers up there too.
Buffalo, bro. Buffalo got some hoopers up there, bro.
Yeah, I already know, nigga.
Buffalo got hoopers up there, bro.
Land of the Hall said,
my bad, boys from the city. I let them know that all the time, bro.
Damn. Stats now ain't the same, dog. You can carry the ball and take 6 steps. Yeah, that's part of the problem.
That's another thing.
No.
Rules have been catered to offensive players because we know what sells and what people want to see. To allow them to do what they do. You could not do that in the 60s and 70s. It was much harder. Imagine creating shots off the bounce with your hand can barely go this far on the side of the ball. That shit's way hard.
Yo, did you know this?
like everything that we think is a travel, not really a travel, bro.
But
Like
back
it's some
then,
dude,
it
it's
was
some
considered
dude
a
on
travel.
Instagram named MW in basketball. He be wilding, bro, with the NBA rule book.
Oh, Devin in the lab.
Not
no, not
he
him.
called MDW. That's his name. NDW basketball. He
So
be
you got
wilding
yo,
with the
see if you
rule
can
book.
send it to us here. I could show it to you here if you want. You send it to me in the DM or whatever.
I
I'll
got
put
you
it
right.
up while we
Right
watching.
now.
I'm just saying what was interpreted as a travel or a carry back then is not nearly the same as now. That has changed.
Yeah.
We have catered to offensive players immensely. And I also think, and one of my friends, played at Oregon, he always says this, he makes a good point. Dude, these people, a lot of these guys overcomplicate their game anyway, especially with the perimeter rules, bro. You get 1 or 2 dribbles, you can blow by. You want me to tell you
on Instagram, Fabian?
Kawhi Leonard is
MDW basketball.
My bad, Dom.
Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler are great examples of dudes that do not overcomplicate their game. They 1 or 2 dribbles, they get to their spot. I'm gonna tell you the one player. I don't know if any of you guys are a huge fan of his, but the one player I think that resembles every single problem I have with the modern NBA is James Harden. He completely over dribbles. He foul baits left and right. He neglects the mid range in his best years. He constantly thinks that he needs to have the ball, and when he's off the ball, he just sits there and he picks and chooses when he plays defense.
But to play devil's advocate to that's 10%, 5% of the league, bro. Everybody ain't got the freedom to dribble. Has he? Only the elite niggas have the ability to do that. The rest of these niggas is playing a role. They ain't coming down doing what the fuck they want. Only a few niggas doing that.
Malik Monk just did it yesterday. Jordan Poole just did it in this series. They can take reckless shots. Terrence Davis took a 3 with
that's 2 people. Like I said, that's 2 people. The whole in totality, most NBA players is not hooping like that, bro. It's either elite or if you got to roll off the bench to come in and get buckets. Those are the only niggas who doing that, or the superstars in the league. So niggas is not doing that.
You don't think players over dribble?
Most players don't have the ability. No, the superstars. Some superstars, yes. The superstars.
No,
like you
why
said.
Wait, I got a reason for that. Why you say over dribble?
Because because first of all, you're wasting energy. You don't need, bro. When you play in ones, 2 to 3 dribble limit, you got to get to your spot. Because here's the difference between back then and now. Now you have all the space to do all that bullshit. Back in the day, it was a cram court.
Think about it like this, right? How you play in high school, right? They want you to play fast, do all that. But when you get to college and you're a point guard, the coach wants you to control the pace,
right?
Control your time. And then when you get to the league, it's freedom.
Yes, that's all true. But I don't think it was as much freedom as even 15 years ago.
There's more. At
the same time, this is how they being coached. When you're a point guard, yo, keep your dribble, keep your head up.
Different. I'm talking different.
That's what I'm trying to tell. That's the advantage.
Keep your dribble.
People, you gonna tell Damian Lillard, James Harden, Steph Curry to minimize your dribble? No,
Steph Curry does not over dribble to me at all. Steph Curry's amazing with how much. No, Steph
he was dancing yesterday. You didn't watch yesterday?
No, he was dancing yesterday.
He was dancing, bro.
With a purpose.
He was dancing.
He dribbles with a purpose. This fool James Harden does tween cross. Like Jordan Poole just does a bunch of bullshit. Steph Curry, he dribbles with a purpose on every dribble.
Also, they know like that's their advantage, and the chances of them scoring or getting somebody else to scoring is high. That's why they're able to do it too.
Listen. If you got a go-to move, are you gonna stop that go-to move if it's unstoppable? No, right?
No, but I think with James Harden, it was like I almost stopped watching basketball because of that shit, bro. That was awful. Like it was mad.
But it was working. He got to the conference finals with the.
Now hold on.
They didn't win. There's a reason.
Wait a second. It was working because the league changed the rules, and they're not calling that a travel, bro. That's a different story. That's crazy.
Bro, he averaged 36 for like 3 years, bro. Doing that. He averaged 36 for 3 years.
You think James Harden 36? Is James Harden 36 the same as the Kobe 35 in 2006?
He did it for 3 or 4 years, not 1 year. Go check James Harden's stats. He was wild in the league up.
You shouldn't compare. Wait, what'd you say, Dave?
He did it for 10 plus years.
Who? Kobe or Harden?
Harden.
He did what with 10 plus years?
10 plus years.
He didn't average 30 plus 10 plus years.
Yeah, bro, what?
Nah, not for 10 plus. That's
I don't even think MJ has done that.
This is my favorite player, James Harden. We talking
about. Look, he averaged
33 times, right?
But he was right there. He averaged 29, 30, 38.4, 36, 34. Like, come on, bro.
So for 10 years. Okay.
Listen,
I give him.
I knew that.
I said Kobe Bryant, though. We can do that for him too.
No, I give him all that. That's great. I'm not saying
and he was an over dribbler for sure when he wanted to get to his spot.
That's not even close to Harden.
I'm not saying he didn't do all that, but bro, you can't.
He scored 30 points in 60 consecutive games. Nobody ever did that.
Right, but I'm not saying he didn't do all that. What I'm saying is when I seen Kobe do 8 straight games or 40, and Phil Jackson sat him in the office and said, "Yo, we need you to not score 40 and feed the big man tonight." Kobe went out there and scored 39 on purpose. That was a different 40 because he didn't get these ticky-tack fake foul calls on offense. Now I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if the league is now giving you free throws for something that wasn't free throws before, like he's really manipulating you. Like, then they got rid of that call 2 years ago. They're starting to get away with that because they learned, like, yo, that shit ain't basketball. That's not basketball, please.
And he's still doing
it. But then that means you iller because you got high IQ to get niggas to do some dumb, the best athletes in the world to do some dumb shit every fucking night. That's gonna get you some free points.
Or how about you were trained for 25 years of your life to play defense a certain way, and now they just change it on you overnight. And now I gotta guard this bullshit.
It's like this though. They changed the game for a reason, just like how they changed the game for Jordan. They changed the game for James Harden.
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000% believe. This all started with Mike. It really started with Bird, Dr. J, Bird, Magic, and then Jordan. Yes, you are 1,000% right.
Changed the game for me because y'all can't stop me, and that's how y'all stop me. Y'all change rules. Fine, I'm in the category with Jordan. Fuck it.
But now whoa. You got wait, please. I didn't agree with that part. I ain't saying that.
No, I'm not talking about like GOAT wise. I'm not talking about like that.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm talking about we in the same category. You had to change the game for me, bro.
No, they're changing the game to help you. They changed the game to help Mike. They changed the game to help James Harden and Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying?
The game to stop James Harden, bro.
What, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But they stopped. They both after half the season though. They reverted back to calling all the fouls.
Yeah, but it was early on. But the point is that they're starting to say, "Yo, we don't want to see that anymore."
That's true, right?
That's not basketball. That's my point. Even that traveling bullshit.
But bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the dude
we got an echo. Somebody listening to
Fabian, the dude I just sent you, MW.
I got it here. Look,
he know the rule book.
This guy.
Look at that. Like, come on,
that's not a travel.
Well, he's just asking. These are different examples.
Let me see. He just said that again. Is it? He took 3. Wait, one.
Look, he explained it too.
3. That's 3.
Why I like him. He explains it, bro.
I'm just saying these are travels in the 80s.
We don't need the volume. We need the volume. I think that's a travel, truthfully.
He doesn't talk?
Now he talks about it. It's just we on live right now, so I don't think you can hear it.
No, I put the sound on.
Went through game. Lord told me go. ALKLJ.
Go to the Joker video that he just posted recently.
See, like this is fucking up the game. Shit like that is fucking up the game. Because who's doing that in a real game?
Where am I? Hold on, Mel. Which one?
The first one right there. Go to the left. Or that one.
This one?
That one right there.
The Joker?
Yeah, that one right there.
That's not a travel.
But look, he about to explain it.
Oh man.
Oh, what? He took 4 dribbles.
He about to explain
it. That looks crazy. He's gonna talk.
The ball
on his left foot. Pivot foot step 1 on right.
No, he has the ball in his hand already.
And returned his pivot foot to the ground, making this a travel on all levels. So yes, Jokic may have gotten away with one here, but I know in real time these plays are way harder to officiate than one may think.
But look, Jokic also about to show another one. He explained everything, bro. Every travel, that's not a travel. That is a travel. He do that shit, bro. That's why I like.
Which one you want? Which one should I go to that you seen?
Yeah, but I'm just saying all these were travels in the 80s.
Right.
I go to that one right there.
We'll
say
True.
That's just what I'm saying.
This one and the dribble.
A Euro step in the 80s, that would have been a travel.
It just looks weird. Sometimes
that looks like a travel to me. That looks like a travel.
He's going to explain it.
1, 2.
I hear you know what I'm here to do. Let's break this thing down. Was it a travel or not? He spins away from his defender, cradling the ball to his body, ending his dribble right there on right foot for gather. Pivot foot step 1 on left. Non-pivot step 2 on right. To the
I knew it was legal NBA and FIBA the same foot.
Okay. This dude is ill. And JJ Redick gave him a shout out. Shout out to JJ.
Yep.
Shout out to JJ Redick. As much as it despises Don Dropper to hear that. Shout out to JJ.
Bro, He do everything, bro. He do everything with the NBA and overseas rules, bro. He's legit.
That's dope. And that's actually that's a good channel. But I'm just saying for the context for our argument, though, the 80s and the 70s, these weren't legal.
This wasn't even there's no discussion. There's no discussion for this shit. They did a Euro step and they blew the whistle on you. So again, yeah, for the freedom, yes, Don. But the point is that I think the argument becomes the old guys start saying, "What? Yo, these new dudes, they couldn't play back in the day." That's how the old people be sounding like.
Yeah, my thing is, I think it's just that we're talking to different people based on our age. You guys are probably talking to people that are discrediting the modern game. I'm always around people that are shitting on the past, talking about how everything's better now. So I have to defend what I believe is true. And what I believe is true is that there's been greats. And also the average player, that whole shit is nonsense because people don't actually name the average player. I think the average player now can score better. But again, I still think there's bigger aspects to basketball than just putting the ball in. That's where people differ with me. I don't think that it's not about just scoring for me. Give me a guy that guards and rebounds and listens and plays the right way every time.
Yo, I didn't know Trey.
Niggas that do that, they call whack.
Yeah, hold on, man. Trey Young first played to lead NBA in total points and assists in the same season since Will Chamberlain and Tiny. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
And turnovers. He been leading turnovers every year since like the last 6 years.
Trey Young?
Yeah, Trey Young, for sure.
That's awful. Penny was the best point guard in the NBA. Hill and Penny was better than Pippen.
Yo, Mel, why you hating on Trey Young?
No. Facts is facts. I'm not on hate. Why niggas hate when you bring up the facts? It's facts,
did sprinkle. Bro. You did sprinkle.
It was a negative after he had said a positive.
My bad.
You did sprinkle the salt somehow. That was crazy.
I fuck with Trey Young too. My bad. I made me sound like
Trey Young is another one that over dribbles to me. And
Mel, you can't help it. That hate is just in your.
Nah, how's it hating? I'm just telling you his stats.
No. Yo, I respect Mel. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Bro, he just said something good, bro.
Yeah, my bad. That's why I apologize. My bad. I don't do that.
He elbow dropped that hate. Like, hold on. We get too much positive.
No, because look, I just watched something and nigga just said that. Like, he led the league. It was just something I just seen and it said that. My bad.
Steph Curry had 50. He also shot 25,000. Go ahead, my bad.
I got a question for everybody in here, right? If y'all watch the G League or not. Do y'all believe Sharif Cooper deserve to be in the league?
Oh,
Sharif Cooper.
He does. He deserves the opportunity.
Okay.
He wilding that shit up. He been wilding it up for a few years, but once again, this is my thing. Like, what is he? 5'11"?
Nah, he's 6'2", 6'3".
6'2", right? He's 6'2". He ain't nothing special at 6'2". But what he do? He's doing the G League with homie from Kansas State did in college. He's wild in the G League up. He averaged like 20 and 10. But once again, in the NBA, that's a dime a dozen. I could find a nigga 6'3" that could score on dime anywhere. But he do deserve an opportunity, bro.
So we watch the G League? As you comfortably sit on your pillow?
Nah.
Okay.
Like I see highlights here and there.
I just, before LA, I was living in Atlanta, so everybody been rooting for him. Like, he been supposed to have a spot. Like, you feel me?
Facts.
So that's how I know about it. Huh?
The Hawks gave him up for no reason.
Bullshit. I ain't gonna front.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. And that's what I say. Like,
and that's what I'm be getting. They be having niggas that need opportunities, and then they don't have no backup point guard.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's why the Hawks organization is bad, bro. Because mind you, he could do the same shit that Trey Young can do.
Right.
Who, this kid?
Yes,
maybe.
Cooper.
Yeah, nah, he gets busy. I'm not gonna lie.
He gets busy, bro.
He gets busy.
Sharif
and
it's
shown,
gets busy.
And it's shown like a lot of the dudes who get the call up and get a right opportunity, they last in the league. But somehow these niggas don't be getting the opportunities.
Is he light skinned?
Yeah.
Okay, because Nick Pillow says the light skin hate was definitely there, but he's not talking about that.
Your boy.
Trey's a real point guard. Tyus Jones, like he's talking about real point guards. Rubio, Conley. Oh, that's true. But they're not elite. I mean, they're not the elite guys. That's what we talking about. The elite. I mean, even though they are serviceable, it shows you like back in the day, like Jason Kidd was prominent, bro. He was top 10 minimum in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? John Stockton was never top 10. But Magic, Am I overrating these point guards too? Like, what point guards were top 10 at any point in time in history? Magic,
Oscar Robertson,
is he a
Magic,
point guard?
J Kidd,
Oscar Robertson, J Kidd, top 10 ever.
No,
top
I'm
10
saying
point
top
guards?
10 while they played the game. Like right now,
Oh,
who's a point guard that's top 10 in the league? Nobody.
if we consider Steph Curry point guard, he's absolutely top 10. Probably Luka.
Right.
Yeah, man, Dame.
Okay,
I love
Luka.
Dame. I ain't a Dame, man.
I would
Yo,
put
listen,
Dame
bro.
top 10. though.
Listen. Everything is positionless, bro. Ain't no position.
Okay,
So-
no, but Bleez, I'm asking. All right, in the 90s, who was a point guard that was in the top 10 in the
In
league?
the 90s, you got
Look, Kevin Jones of the world.
Magic,
you
got Magic. You got
Gary Payton, Tim
Gary
Hardaway,
Payton,
Tim Hardaway,
Derek Fisher.
No
Derek Fisher
way.
back then.
Derek Fisher.
Stephen Marbury.
Derek Fisher's not top 10.
Yeah,
Derek
like
Fisher?
A role player. I love Derek
let's
Fisher.
say in 1997, you list your top 10 players in the league at that time. Is Derek Fisher making it? Nah,
Ross Strickland,
You know what I mean?
Nick Van Exel.
they weren't top 10 back then. I don't think. We got to
Back
go back
then?
and look at the list. Yeah, we got to look at the
That's
list.
what I'm trying
Not
to
top
say.
10
The
in
guard
the league.
position was weak back then. It was a big man league. The guards was weak back
Right.
then. Ones and twos.
Right. So that's my thing. So even right
So
now,
some of
we
the niggas
saying,
I'm naming was top 10. If you
right. So for everybody to say Steph Curry is a
On
point
the
guard
league.
or not a point guard, it's like it doesn't even matter what you consider him. He's still in the running for whatever without playing point like that. So he don't have to be a point guard to be Steph Curry.
Stockton wasn't on the lower half of the top 10 when he made the finals, you don't think?
Hell no. Hell fucking no. Like that's what y'all hate when we say
I'm
this
not
about
gonna lie.
Stockton.
A lot of people got Stockton in their shit. A lot of people got. I'm not one of them. I'm not a Stockton guy, but I can't just
I don't like
discredit
anybody
like
on
that.
the-
I think he might have to be in there.
In what?
A top 10 PG, bro.
He might be
No.
top 10 point guard. You
saying-
can have that, but
I'm saying
I'm
top
talking
10
about-
Especially
player.
for that era, bro. Because when you mention point guards in the 90s, who else are you gonna mention?
he's
Ain't
up
too many
there.
names, bro. Peyton,
No,
Gary Payton, Tim Hardaway. Help me
Van
out.
Exel.
Y'all can help me out.
Van Exel, Terry Porter, Kevin Johnson.
Like, there ain't too many names. Look, niggas
Mark
can't even come
Jackson.
up with names.
I didn't
It's
grow up
hard.
then, so I can't tell you off the top of my head, though.
Now I'm
Mark
trying to
Jackson.
think. Mark
Muggsy
Jackson.
Bogues, Kenny Smith.
And they weren't
Kenny
top
Hardaway,
10.
though.
This is
Kenny
what I'm
Hardaway,
trying to tell you. Kevin
Mark Jackson,
Johnson.
Mark Price, Ron
That's what I'm trying
Harper.
to tell you.
Right.
This shit
Mark
is
Price.
weak, bro.
Like
The 90s
Stockton.
was weak.
Stockton wasn't no Mark Price.
He's in there, bro. He's in there.
I'm saying-
Mark
I'm
Price
saying.
wasn't 90s.
Mark Price
He
was
was.
definitely
Early
90s.
early
It was
90s.
the early 90s, though.
But it
Probably
still
like the
counts,
first
right?
2 or 3 years.
So what?
Okay. Yeah.
Wait.
Cut off.
What kind of 90s? What kind of 90s?
But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
You had Penny Hardaway a couple years, man. He's elite.
Stockton
Penny.
played until almost the 2000s. The whole joint.
Yeah,
Young
Stockton
Ron
played
Harper.
20 years.
Turner
he
Right.
was
was never
never.
very well.
But I can see why anybody had like 2-3 point guards over Stockton in any given season.
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Right. And he
Good
wasn't
one,
even like
honestly.
he was ill. We just the
But
way
some
they
of the
swept him
guys
under the
y'all
rug is
naming had
crazy.
a
Point guard that
couple
was
of
Brian
seasons.
Jordan. What's the point guard
Huh?
that was Brian Jordan?
I said some of the guys y'all naming only had a couple of good seasons.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I'm saying at their peak, Stockton was never that. Never. Not close.
Hey, man.
True.
He was
Stockton got something
Matt,
that they don't.
the way I say
Their own
it, Stockton
category.
Stockton is what you're supposed to be at minimum as a point guard. Like he
That's
was
crazy.
very
Nah,
smart.
not minimum.
That's really crazy.
Bro,
Yeah,
if
you
you
wilding right now.
how about if you
the
got a
greatest
dude that
player.
let's say you got somebody in your school or around your block or wherever it is, and you say, yo, this is the way you play basketball. You teach him how to be John Stockton. All right, cool. That's what you better be at minimum as point guard. If you don't do that, you're not a point guard. That's my point.
Guarding like John Stockton.
You can't teach a nigga to be John Stockton, number one.
Why
I'm not
not?
even a fan, but you
Great
can't do that,
passer.
bro. Right. He averaged 13 and 10 for his career, bro.
So
Come
what
on,
kind of
man.
passing
Teach a
did he
nigga
do?
that. Hold on.
Why not?
What? You know how hard it is to average 10 assists for 20 years? You can't teach a nigga that.
Why not?
What you mean? Why not? Because it don't happen. It's never been done. Nobody else has
Dude,
ever
come
done it.
on.
He's not.
Why
First of
not?
all, he has no scoring priority, no scoring responsibilities. Really, he's giving the ball up. You're a point guard. That's what you do.
Does he have to keep the defense honest in the pick and roll?
He's a
Yeah, all that.
Comes off the screen and hit the mid range.
Yeah.
Kept them guessing.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Very hard to
7,
guard
8,
that
9,
action
10,
with
11,
Malone.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This man averaged over 15 and 10 dimes for 17 season almost, bro. That's not regular. And you can't teach a nigga that.
Even if he was
okay,
even if he
now
was generously given assists too by the home scorekeepers, he still had to have still dimed up.
Call it what you
steals,
want.
you have to
Now,
count steals.
now go through each and one of those years and tell me he's the top 3 point guard of that year.
That's a
Tell me
great
you can't.
exercise. That's a great exercise, actually.
You can't listen. He wasn't better than
All right,
Gary
give
Payton
me-
in his
give me a
prime.
year-
It's not happening.
I gotta get
He's
off
not
in a
better than
second.
Terry Porter. He's
Yo,
not better
my
than
point guard-
Kevin Johnson in his prime.
Time out. Give me a year in the 90s. I gotta get off soon, but give me a year in the 90s and we'll look at it.
92.
Okay.
Let's be fair.
92. He averaged 16 and 13. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
With
Let's
2
look at the.
steals.
It's great. 16.
Let's see who
16.
made the All-Star game.
What?
I think he might have won.
Okay. Magic didn't play. Magic didn't play because he announced he had HIV.
That was the first year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next year,
Was
after
Tim
that,
Hardaway
he
better
averaged
than him?
17 and 14.
See, I don't know if Tim Hardaway's better than him, but
Let's see in 92. Tim Hardaway's in the
92.
All-Star team. Is he better than him?
he's in the same category. What was his stats in 92, Mel?
Yeah, go.
I'm looking at Stockton.
I got his stats up. Oh my god, 23 points and 10 assists a game.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Stop telling me Stockton was better than that. Stop telling
I
me
didn't say he was better, but what I'm saying
I
is
just know
you acting like you can just put Joe Blow in front of him.
Bro,
Tim Hardaway only averaged about 6 more points than this nigga in the same amount of times. You can't name 15 other niggas to do that.
I didn't say whoa. I didn't say that you're gonna name 15 guys of all time. I didn't say none of that. What I said was at no point was Stockton the best point guard in the NBA ever.
His name is always in the mix.
Wait, can we?
He's in the mix for all time because he played 20 years.
Wait, can we finish the top 3 for 92?
No.
Sure.
He got his own category, bro.
Who's that?
Go ahead.
Please, you said no?
What'd you say?
He got his own category, bro.
What you mean?
Who's on there?
Like,
The Z show.
Zach.
Bro, you something.
Oh, my bad, Zach. Hold on. I gotta put you in this other thing.
You heard
Yo,
it?
my man Z is hearing it. John
Yo,
Stockton
my people, man.
Z-Mac.
What's going on, Zach?
What up? What up?
Hey, I
I'm
just
shitting on
hopped
John
on,
Stockton
man.
right now,
I've been looking
Z-Mac.
all day. I'm like, I know you doing what?
We shitting on John Stockton right now. At least I am.
Yo, here's the other.
Why we doing that, man?
No, we're not.
Because
It's
Go ahead,
crazy.
Dom.
No, we're not shitting on him. Fabian was saying there was no year where John Stockton was a top 3 point guard in the league in the 90s.
no, I'm saying he's not the best point guard, and I can see why people argue 3 point guards better than him at any given time.
Okay, so let's look at the. You said Tim Hardaway. We're doing 1991-92 season, Zach, just for reference.
Tim Hardaway blew him out the frame, by the way. But go ahead.
Okay, that's one. How about Isaiah Thomas? He started on the East.
I don't know if he
At
was.
that stage in his career, that's debatable because Zeke had the injuries at that stage.
Yeah, that's tough.
He only missed 4. I know he probably had injuries, but he still played. He only missed 4 games. He had averaged 18.5 points and 7 assists. I don't know how Detroit did in 92 in the regular season. Do you know?
No, they did terrible. And like I said, Zeke unveiled on that interview with Rashad Phillips that from basically 90-91 on, he played with a fused wrist. He couldn't shoot anymore. His wrist was completely destroyed. So it's reflected in his numbers. So I would say at that point, I get an edge to John Stockton at that point.
Fabian, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll give it that Stockton the edge. What about Mark Price?
No, I don't think Mark Price was as good.
You don't
was
think
okay.
Mark Price? Really?
How many games did he play, Don? Because Mark was hurt a lot. I can't always them years run together.
91, 92, he played 72 games and he averaged 17 and 7.
So
He never-
I got a question
He only
for
played
Fabian.
30 minutes. That's weird.
That is
So,
weird.
Fabian, did you think Stockton deserved to be on the Olympic team, on the 92 Dream Team?
Stockton over
Isaiah?
Isaiah is crazy.
And
Heck
92?
no.
And then we just reading the stats. It
No,
don't sound
no.
crazy to me.
No, you got to look at the context. Remember, 92 was more of a pay homage to the guys that didn't get to play in
Exactly.
the Olympics that did their thing. So we can't switch. We can't switch the argument.
No,
For that
wait, Zach.
92 for that 92 Olympics, Isaiah should have been on there.
Okay, there we go. And also it was hate. It was pure hate. The reason why Isaiah's not on there. They didn't like that motherfucker.
Nigga said
That's the
I met
only
the
year.
criteria.
Yeah. That's the only year they went off for like legacy. That's the only year in the last year they went off legacy. He did say that too. That was funny.
Yo, that became a meme. That's crazy. Yo, I met the criteria. Yo.
That is a meme.
Mike is something else.
Yo, and Mike is a liar. That's what I keep saying. They got him on tape saying, yo, I don't want that motherfucker on my team, man. They got him on tape. And he told, that's why I said, that was boss man.
He
I'm trying to say Mike. Yo, Mike is a hater, man.
Hey, Mike might be a hater, but Mike the only one that don't keep putting his name in his mouth. The rest of these guys keep talking about Mike. Mike on the golf course counting his billions. They need to get over it and move on. Tired of all these interviews about the past. Move on, bro.
But Zach, in fairness, Zach, Isaiah Thomas is now a YouTuber like us, so he needs to do that.
No, he's not.
He
No,
is.
he's not.
I'm saying. I'm joking, but I mean, what else? What else he got to do? He ain't got no $1 billion. He fucked the CBA up, or allegedly.
No, he didn't. He didn't. No,
I'm just saying, allegedly.
Allegedly.
What else? What else is Isaiah Thomas gonna do with his life?
He's
No disrespect.
He's one of the best businessmen you don't know about. Like real talk. Real talk. He got other stuff going on to be continuing to beef with Jordan. It's like, bro. It's corny at this point on both sides.
He got mad NBA beef. Like, there's a lot of players that don't like him in the NBA behind the scenes. Like, a lot. My friend was actually.
But there's also a lot that like him as well. It's a catch-22 how you choose to look at Zeke.
That is true. He's a polarizing figure. So hold on, but wait. What's more to hate?
My friend was Isaiah Thomas' first college recruit at FIU. He said when he got his NBA workouts and they found out he was associated with Isaiah Thomas, he was better off not even going to FIU or unknowing Isaiah Thomas. Marv Roberts.
I mean, that might be true. That might be true.
Like,
but
he got a lot of bad blood in the NBA, not just Michael Jordan, bro.
I mean, he do. I didn't say he doesn't, but what I'm saying is there's also guys whose career he saved. Like, I know for a fact, because I'm friends with Daniel Artest, he saved Ron's career. Daniel told me all kinds of behind-the-scenes stories. So, again, he's a very polarizing guy. Either you on his side or you not. That's just pretty much how he rolls.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, I heard good stories on both sides, and I've heard bad stories.
True.
I got a good guy from Chicago that he saw play in the Chicago Pro-Am. And he got Donald Whiteside, played at Northern Illinois, got him to camp with the Raptors. He was destroying Damian Stoudemire, who Isaiah drafted. But because he played so well, he signed a whole year with the Atlanta Hawks. So, I mean, it's countless stories of Isaiah doing
he's
stuff
from
like
Chicago,
that.
though.
No, but he was dumb nice. What I'm saying is he gave him the opportunity when he didn't have to.
Yeah, that's some real nigga stuff.
Yeah,
and it ain't like Mike is like, come on, everybody got their shit with him. Like Zeke for us, he is Mike and all of them. Like, he's up there in that category. He's not getting enough credit. Let me get to the comments real quick though. Why the hell are big men so less skilled now as a whole? The big tops are still the top of the. You can't. The big men are less skilled now than ever before.
Yes, I agree with
Nick. Say that, Dom.
Fundamental skills.
You mean fundamental skills that you needed from back then, or that you need now?
Listen,
fundamental skills meaning
in my
post
opinion,
move. That's
when
it.
When you have a small guy on you, you can't score on him. You get laughed at the park. But you just now accept it in the NBA possession by possession. I'm just gonna say that since we were talking about the old. So Zach, we were talking earlier, and Rockstar Mel was saying that when guys have top 5 lists and they don't have any players that are currently playing, that it doesn't make sense, or it's bogus, or it's just they're not respecting the game.
It's
delusional.
delusional.
The problem is the reason why I don't like top 5 lists, why guys are still playing, because the way I choose to look at it, you could have 2 separate conversations, right? You could have a top 5 list, and that top 5 is going to be like the sum total of their career. So what they have in a trophy case, how many championships, how many All-NBAs, how many All-Defenses, right? That's one way to do it. It's impossible. It's impossible to really include any guys from today except for really LeBron. And LeBron got there because he played over 20 years, if we want to just keep it a buck. But then you could have a separate conversation which becomes more about preference on who's just the better player in your top 5. If we go off just accolades in your career, it's going to be hard to put anybody in today until their career is finished. That's just the way I look at it. That's how I look at it. Because my top 5, as far as who I think is better versus who had the better career, is totally different. My top 5 is going to have all guys who have been retired probably almost 30 years now. So it is what it is. It's all in how you choose to look at it.
But see, that's what I think. I think it's more about preference. But they're saying that's what we had the whole conversation about big men, because they were saying that everything's better, and I always push back on the everything's better thing.
But I also
you know what?
Believe it.
It's not better, Dom. See, this is the thing.
There we go.
I think it's all relative, right? You know, my thing is context. I will argue today's player in a lot of ways, they benefit because me and Fabian had a whole conversation last time we was on here. They benefit from the freedom that they're allowed to do things that guys from the past just weren't going to do. Allowed to do. They're going to keep you in certain positions. So if you was a center, John Sally told that story. Chuck Daly is like, you're going to get cut if you rebound the ball and bring it up again. Like nobody's doing that now. Steph Curry, you get to shoot from almost half court. Steph Curry ain't the first guy to shoot long threes, but he's allowed to do it, right? So they benefit from that. But what I keep trying to get people to understand is they don't have the application because everything is sped up. I don't care what you look at in life. It takes time to develop anything. And the fact that everything is so microwave nowadays, they don't have the application and the experience that the guys from the past have. I always say Kobe Bryant ruined his chance, in my opinion, to be better than Jordan because he didn't go to college and play for somebody like Dean Smith. Most of the offenses and drills that you run come from Dean Smith. Like that kind of stuff matters. And I think the young guys today don't quite understand that. Like, well, how can you say that? He got this nice bag and got this step back. Yeah, but when it's time to use it, the average player today don't know when to use it. Like, it looks cool. So that'll be my argument to that.
Yo, Zach, I don't know what you did with your mic, but it sounds way better now. I think
by the way, because I'm walking back home from the gym, so it depends on how probably my
I think it's the hold on. I think it's the when you go to settings, don't let it choose the mic for you. Go to settings and choose your headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because now it sounds it sounds good now. Do not change it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now it's my iPhone is picking up. It's not even using my headphones. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, now that sounds amazing.
I feel like that only works for the center position, though.
What you mean? What only works for the center position?
As far as like, I feel like every position is better now. My opinion.
Center's better.
Besides the position, but
he's saying besides center.
Oh, power forward is not even. I don't even know what a power forward is anymore. It's just
like look at 20 years ago. Tim Duncan, Rasheed Wallace, Chris Webber.
Let me
it's not close. Yeah, that's the top. I'd rather give me them power forwards over the guys now.
I want to just
emphasize something though. Over Cat. Over
But see, hey, Rockstar Mill, why would you dismiss everything I just said? I gave the people today their props, but you can't tell me the application part doesn't matter. That's why when you see Cat, we all hitting our heads. He continuously tries to drive right, but doesn't want to drop step left. And then when he did it a couple times against Denver, he scored. Or he wants to constantly keep shooting threes. Bro, you ain't made a three yet. Go to the basket and get to the free throw line. To me, that's why it's always a give and take with this argument. I'd rather take the guys who might have been less skilled, but have more of a higher IQ of how to play.
I agree with that too.
I'll give you that. I might have to give you that.
But even at power forward, we go by position, make it fun. Like 20 years ago, we talked about this. Go ahead, Don.
I was gonna say, based on the power forward thing, the power forward back then was more to have a guy that was a good rebounder, was strong, could maybe stretch the defense out 10 to 18 feet. Now we've had, bigger threes playing the floor, like Tobias Harris or Gallinari or Batum. These guys were threes in the 2000s. So I don't think the traditional power forward really exists much. I think AD though is he's definitely a new age kind of, but he moves like a power forward to me. I don't know what it is about him, and he has those skills of a big as well. But
I think ideally he was a power forward when we got teased and saw him and Cousins work so beautifully. Like I think AD would have been the perfect power forward. Hey Don, let me ask you a question. Did you say in the past?
Power forward.
Yeah, true. Did you work out when I first met you? Did you say you worked out with the Guard Whisperer?
Yeah, but not privately. It was his clinic that he had. He was there all the time. He was an older age group, but I did work with him on Mondays. Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Hold on. You can't say that. Who is the Guard Whisperer?
He's SGA's trainer. His name is Owen Simplest. He's SGA's trailer. Okay. I'm using this for a reason to go with what we're talking about with bigs. The thing that I think is not so much the posting up part, and I think Don will attest what I'm saying. I had a junior college coach that made everybody do the same drills at the beginning of practice, whether you was going to post up or not. And what I learned as I got older, it was more about the footwork around the basket, right? And Owen Simplest looks like somebody from the drills I seen that still does that kind of stuff. So like when you see certain guys, like when they get a mismatch, I could tell who their trainer is because they had the footwork to play around the basket. I think that's what's missing more than any way today from the bigs. I think the footwork of just drop stepping, turning middle, maybe a jump hook, maybe a face-up game. It's kind of what's missing before. Am I wrong or am I right, Don?
No, I agree with you for sure. As far as my training with Olin, that was what I was like, I wanted to say late middle school, like 12, 13. So a lot of it was tightening on our handle with both hands. And then I remember a little bit of footwork around the basket, but a lot of it shooting off the dribble, just like knowing how to navigate screens and those kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah, it was mainly because at that age, it's like you're starting to get a handle, but like you really got to know what to do with it. Maybe play a little bit through contact. That was a big emphasis. But like everybody at the clinics had good handles. That was a huge emphasis for Olin. But wait, I don't remember why. What were we talking about again?
I was trying to relate it to the power forwards, the footwork piece.
Oh, so go back to
but now the
2000
power forwards can do everything. They shooting threes, they grabbing rods, they going coast to coast, they diamond.
They were doing that then.
Dude,
You had niggas like fucking
okay. They had Tim
Thomas
Duncan.
Grant and Charles Oakley was starting power forward.
No, I'm talking about 2000s.
Ball from 18 feet though, and he's a great rebounder and defender. What are we talking about?
He wasn't bringing the ball up like that.
Would you have Marcus Morris or Horace Grant?
Marcus Morris, I feel like he's not a.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not saying Marcus. You didn't let me finish what I'm saying. I feel like he's not really a starter. He shouldn't be starting for
Prime
Marquise Morris.
What about prime Marcus Morris, 2021?
He's a role
but he's
player.
not
Really a starter. I'm talking about the Giannis's, the Greek Freaks, Zion, Julius Randle, Porzingis, Sabonis, John Collins, JJJ, Kevin Love, Draymond Green. They're better than the power forwards in the 90s. Rick Smith and them niggas.
He said 20 years ago.
Well, I need Bleeze to step in because Bleeze and Turbo, y'all just way too quiet for me.
Whoa. Wait, talk.
Siakam.
Listen.
Hold on, Bleeze.
I'm listening. I'm about to give my
dip.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let them continue because they got the floor right now. They hot.
Okay, no, I won't. Okay.
Overall, yeah, them niggas y'all talking about probably is more polished, probably have more go-to post moves, but overall, these niggas is way better than them niggas overall, bro.
Say overall, and then say way better.
Listen to these 2000s power forwards I'm about to name.
Wait, who way better?
Go ahead.
He said John Collins. Hold on. He said John Collins.
John Collins.
Like
John Collins would get bullied in the 2000s at the 4. Like,
you went, Dom asked you, he said he went from, I'm Marcus Morris, but John Collins. What?
John Collins better than who?
I just named anybody
all the power forwards. I'm looking at a list and I just named all the power forwards and I kind of think they all right. Besides John Collins, that he don't do everything. The rest of these niggas do everything else.
He said John Collins.
He's in the picture. He's in the picture. Look,
they may be talented. They may be talented, but they don't have the smarts like
exactly. All the skills.
Which one of them besides John Collins I just named got the skills and the smarts?
Hold on, your man Triple J does not have the skill set or the IQ to keep up with a lot of guys in the 90s.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle lacks the IQ to be mentioned in something.
Right.
To be honest, I'd rather have Harvey.
Hold
on.
One, two.
Yo, Turbo, if we had Harvey Grant on the Knicks right now, the Miami would have a problem.
You got Zach to leave. He wasn't having it.
I mean,
name the 2000 power forwards, bro.
All right. Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki. Chris
we
Webber.
said 90s though, not 2000.
No, we did not say 90s. You didn't hear probably. No, I said 20 years ago.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about 2000. That's 2000.
No, not that. Not when the best power forwards played.
Brad Wallace.
I'm not debating that. That's not the debating.
The 90s. Okay, I'll start. I guess we can do that. I don't know. Like Charles Barkley.
No, 93 is different. Yeah. Charles Oakley, Horace Grant. But on the Pistons, it was
Brad
exactly. It stops there. That's my. Not 2000. I'm not going 2000.
Sean Kemp, Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman was nice.
Derek Coleman, yeah.
But hold on, but
Sam Perkins, it would be really good today. I might add. I just want to say that
he's a center, but
Derek
Coleman.
He was a power forward.
Yeah, but he's a lot like the John Collins of the world, where he left a lot on the table. Derek Coleman left. He kind of had a low IQ and he left a lot on the table. He had a handle, could shoot everything. He's a prototypical dude for today.
That's the rockstar Mel likes, though.
He was Mike
Beasley.
He's
not. Mike Beasley was better one-on-one.
He left a lot on the table.
Nah, Mike
Larry
Beasley was
Johnson before he got hurt. Larry Johnson
right.
about to.
Buck Williams isn't a bad player.
Buck, see, but Buck he'll be a 5 today, and he'll just be harming dudes.
We're just talking about power forwards that played it then versus now. Because these power forwards now would be 3s 10 years ago, you know?
That's a fact.
Exactly.
Like
No, they
Siakam.
weren't. Them niggas is 6'10". How they gonna be 3s back then?
Because they too light in the ass, Mel. What you talking about? Them got little...
They're built, bro, they're thinner. Like Siakam, when he came in the league, was like a 3.
Yo, this guy, see, you would laugh at Buck Williams. Ask Charles Oakley about Buck Williams and these dudes. These guys were country strong,
Buck
bro.
Williams, when I was a kid, he was a 55 on NBA Live. Pack him up.
That's just disrespectful of the game.
This guy's disrespectful.
He was averaging 20.
Buck Williams, he played on the Blazers, right? And then he played well. He played.
But nah, in the 80s, he was early 80s. No, he came in
right.
The 80s.
And we talking about the 90s. And the 90s was just.
But he was older in the 90s.
That's
though.
true.
He was getting older in the 90s.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. No,
So
but he said 90s.
like
He did say 90s power forwards.
But he named Draymond Green. He's getting older, and then like if we have this conversation 10 years from now, I don't know how good Draymond's going to be after 2025. You know?
They say it now. They say it now.
Yeah, even though he's still playing great defense, but yeah, I don't know. There's good power forwards in the 90s.
Nah, because Aaron, you know, who messes it up too. The Davis brothers on the Pacers, like they were goons. You gotta keep it funky. Like they weren't.
Yeah, I mean everybody had their little goons in there.
Does Garnett get any years in the 90s at the end of
late 90s, late 98, 99.
He's still a pup. He's like 17.
Yeah, he was a puppy.
Hey, man, I'll take 20-year-old Kevin Garnett over John Collins and Julius Randle.
Oh shit!
Me too. We talking about Garnett.
How about McDice? Like we didn't even name McDice.
But again, see, he's gonna respect Antonio McDice and his 2 seasons because he's athletic, he's fast. You know what I mean? Like that's the Willis Reed type. Like the only guy people respect is Willis Reed from 1965 because he can move.
That's Bill Russell. Wilt Chamberlain could move. That's crazy.
Not like Willis Reed.
Bill Russell moves better than any center. Bill Russell in the 60s. In the 60s, without the ball, I'm saying running.
He never averaged 20 points. I don't want to.
No, I'm saying
that's what.
We're talking about the way they move athletically.
No, Dom, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. No, with the ball in their hands.
With the ball in their hands.
That's what he's saying.
Mel, Will Russell has some great coast to coast moments, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Dom, stop it. Dom, you can't do that. See, stop it. Dom, you gotta stop it. You gotta stop it. If we're gonna shit on John Collins, we get to shit on Bill Russell's coast to coast moves. We get to do that.
No, because you're talking about Willis Reed. That's the day narrative. You're talking about Willis Reed, the only one that can move. That's bullshit. Bill Russell can move better than Willis Reed, and Willis Reed can tell you that.
With the ball in his hands?
Yes. I'm gonna send you clips. I love Willis Reed. Why would I be biased? You know what I'm saying? Bill Russell's a much better athlete.
Oh, this is crazy.
I'm not saying he's not a better athlete.
Bill Russell, bro.
What'd you say?
Bill Russell never averaged a dub.
What is
Bill
that?
Russell, listen. Bill Russell, he averaged like 43% from the field. I'm gonna look at
right. He shot 43%, never averaged a dub, and it was all.
What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with the way they can? What does that have to do with the way they can move with the ball and how they look moving with the ball?
It wasn't that effective. Then you couldn't get no buckets.
No, because we're talking coast to coast.
Right. All you have to do is run and get a layup. How hard is that?
And hold on.
Can't do that.
Down. If we're talking about, you say Bill Russell is very athletic. We don't give him enough credit, right?
Obviously.
Yes. Okay, so if he's very athletic in 1969, he better finish a coast to coast fucking layup. He better do that shit. I'm just saying. So to compare that to what he's gonna like John Collins, first of all, he brought up John Collins, which is crazy.
No, he was just on the list, bro. I'm not a John Collins fan. He was just on the list.
You guys almost ignored everything Zach was just saying. You're ignoring everything he was saying because big men were not really allowed to do that back then.
All right.
But Bill Russell was for a reason. Bill Russell
hold on.
Willis Reed wasn't asked to do that.
I don't want to hear that because Charles Barkley was doing it. He wasn't allowed to, but Charles Barkley was going coast to coast dunking.
That was 20 years later, though.
Yeah, that's later.
That's 60s, early days.
We talking about the 60s or the 90s?
No. Hold on. There's a difference between after Dr. J, where they allowed street ball to happen in the NBA, versus before Dr. J. So before Dr. J, Bill Russell's in there. What we're talking about is, I get what you're saying, but to say that Bill Russell can move like Willis Reed counters everything I ever heard about Willis Reed. He moved from the power forward to the center.
What era was Pistol Pete? He was wild.
The
What are you
70s.
talking about? Right.
He was wilding, but
had to feed him a little. Niggas was doo-doo.
No, Pistol Pete made it.
What you talking about, bro?
Pistol Pete got packed up out of there quick in the playoffs.
He was coming down doing what Skip doing in the 70s.
But Mel, that wasn't. It still wasn't allowed. It wasn't like when Dr. J came in. Remember, he saved the ABA. He saved both leagues. He saved both of them.
Niggas was playing horse in 1961. I seen it, bro. Pistol Pete was playing horse. They was doing tricks and shit out there, bro.
It wasn't 61.
Not in a game. Not in a game.
And it wasn't 61.
I think Rockstar Mel missed. I think he missed when you were saying Fabian said Willis Reed. He played in the 60s. He's saying that nobody.
Right. Willis Reed was a bucket.
I love Willis Reed, but
Willis Reed was definitely a bucket.
He had a mid-range.
Man.
That's what I'm talking about. He was polished. He had a mid-range. He post you up. He'll dunk on you. He could go any era. All them other niggas, I don't know.
But that's the point, Rockstar. Hold on, but Dom, that's the point. That's the point. Willis Reed is the only guy you can compare Kevin Garnett and Horace Grant.
It's not. I'm gonna ask the history chat, Fabian, and we'll see who they think.
You can't listen. No, fuck asking them.
No,
like
because
what?
They actually watch the games.
Right, but so
Willis Reed does not move better up the court than Bill Russell. He's
that's not what I just said.
In the half
you just ignore what I said. I said with the ball in his hands in half court at any given time.
No, I'm talking about. Are you talking about the half court? Or are you talking about
everywhere, bro? We're talking. He just compared Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Rasheed Wallace, all these power forwards and big men with the ball in their hands.
That nigga was 7.
Okay, I thought you meant in the open court. I thought you meant running.
No. Open court. Will Chamberlain, these guys, they're bugging out. They can't keep up with them.
Now, Bill
Russell averaged 2 layups a quarter and a free throw. That's 18 points, bro. That's not special, bro. It's not that hard to do when you're 7 feet. Nobody else is 7 feet.
He's not 7 feet. He's not 7 feet.
He's 6'11".
He's not
6'9".
6'10".
Same thing.
So he was average as far as centers are concerned in terms of size.
Listen, Mel got. Mel's bipolar. He's Rockstar Mel and Rockhead Mel. Right now, he got Rockhead Mel going on. Same thing.
Not even
6'9", 7 feet, same thing.
Okay, if you're talking about with the ball in their hands in the half court, like skill wise, I would put Willis Reed and Bellamy at the top. But
that's what I'm saying. So each
fair.
era, but to your point, Dom, each era had guys like that. It's just that now they have the freedom to be like that. Back then, they wasn't allowed to do that shit. And it took a super duper version of them to.
Why niggas don't never bring up Earl Monroe? That nigga was mad nice.
Yeah, he was, but I don't understand how
you mean. He should be top something. Niggas never bring him up.
That means that tells me you better go sign up. Hold on.
No, there's certain guys that belong. Sir, I'm not just gonna be all biased. There's some of them niggas you could just look like, damn.
But there's guys like your average JJ Redick's and Joe Harris's back then too that shoot jump shots. Spread the floor.
We just mentioned him earlier, Mel. We just said the original Black Jesus was Earl the Pearl.
I didn't hear that. I wasn't in there for that.
I'll take Earl the Pearl over Pistol anyway.
Where would y'all put Moses Malone as far as big men, as far as center?
Don't ask me that. Don, don't ask me that, Don.
Uh-oh.
Fabian,
you talking about?
David Rockstar. Fabian thinks Moses Malone's better than Kobe.
What? Yes. What? What the fuck is y'all talking about? See? They didn't watch. They didn't look at the stats.
That might get you stoned in Los Angeles.
I don't care what it does.
To their own opinion. That's why it's beautiful. That's all I'm saying.
Moses was like Mitchell Robinson on steroids. Thank you. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry, please.
You said top 5 center, Moses?
Yeah.
You think he's better than Wilt?
Nobody said that.
Oh, I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
But I don't.
No, we gotta mute you because your win is interrupting us.
Killed by Bill Russell back then. I don't put him in my top 5.
Wait, say that again.
I said, Bill Russell owned Wilt Chamberlain back then, bro. I don't respect that man.
But he does.
He's not in my top 5.
Nah,
wow.
I
respect that.
I don't give a fuck about him getting 100 points in the game.
You acting like he has no rings, though. You acting like he has no rings.
Nah, fuck that. I respect that. Keep going, please.
Whoa, talk on. 11-2 is rings?
He got 2 rings. It was hard to win championships.
No, not for
no.
Bill
You didn't hear
Russell.
what he said. Yeah, you didn't hear what he just said.
Bill Russell. You can't make. That team is an exception. He had an amazing supporting cast, and he was a beast. But Wilt Chamberlain still got over the hump. And look up the 67. Look at his numbers in the playoffs against him. It's amazing.
11-2.
It might change your opinion.
No,
11-2. It's not gonna change. 11-2 not gonna change my opinion, bro. It's not.
He won. He still won.
He was the first black. He was the first black player / coach. He owned.
I'm not arguing better than Bill.
He's 6'9". He was 6'8". averaging 18 and 20 damn near while Wilt was playing. I don't respect Wilt.
I'm not arguing against Bill Russell, but Wilt Chamberlain.
You can't listen.
I'm not saying he's not a dog. I'm not saying he's not none of that. I respect Wilt game, but back then, Bill Russell owned you, bro. I don't respect you.
No, please. I think that's exactly what it is. He wasn't a dog. That's why.
Okay, but when he wants to be it was like, look, okay, I don't want to compare him that much to him, but when he's one of those guys like LeBron, where if you talk shit, he will be a dog. But he's very, sometimes he's passive.
Hold on.
Even
At
more
what
passive
age?
than LeBron is.
What age LeBron we talking about? Because Jason Terry was talking shit to him, and he turned into a little puppy. The hell you talking about, Dime?
That's not always indicative of LeBron either. He got over that.
Yeah, that's my point. But at what point did he get over that? Wilt Chamberlain was not a dog.
He's right here, though. Land of the Heartless says, Dave Blees, Wilt, the only one to beat Bill in the 60s decade. Fool, learn basketball.
Get the fuck up. Listen, you can't listen. Hold on.
Before I get off, I want to read you his stats against Bill Russell. Bro,
okay.
This game, 1967 season, is one of the most underrated seasons in the history of basketball. The Sixers had the most wins ever at the time, 68 and 13. Wilt got everybody involved. He also scored when he needed to. He averaged 24 points, 24 rebounds, and 8 assists during the regular season. And then in the playoffs against Bill, where they packed him up in 5 games, which is amazing, to end their dynasty, this man averaged 21 points, 32 rebounds, and 10 assists for the series.
That's great.
That's great.
Think of how many blocks he probably had.
Yo, listen, that's a great line.
And he won.
That's a great line. But how many years was Wilt there and when Bill was there?
He was there for 10 years with Bill.
And how many rings do Bill got?
That time?
Bill be
that's the
Bill's like the man, though. Bill's amazing.
Yo, Dom, this is the only time I don't do that ring shit. But this is the only time I go, yo, hold on. Bill Russell won way too much. Okay, he won way too much for you to be the super fucking leaper, the strongest man ever in the world. You're all these things, and you got your ass up like that? Nah, Will, get out of here.
Think about
that. But he lost in 7 games 3 times, I believe.
Dime, it should not have gone 7 games. You are Superman. They advertise the way I looked at you is Superman.
Okay, this is how it should be. Bill, is no way Bill should have 11 rings, and you have 2. There's no way.
And he had a squad.
It should be either even.
He played with the logo.
To a little, bro. It should never be a lot to a little, bro. In my decade, and you're 7 feet, you could do everything, and I'm 6'8", bro. Ain't no way.
But how many years we got to think? How many years of those should he have won? You can't just use he can only win by himself for that era. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're not going to ask LeBron to beat the Warriors by themselves. So. How many game 7s was that you talking about against Russell? Okay, what if he was the lower seed and lost the game?
I don't care. Listen, I asked you. Don't ask a question with a question.
62, there was a game 7. 65 was when Havlicek stole the ball in game 7, and then 68, the Sixers blew a 3-1 lead, the first ever in the history of basketball. They blew a 3-1 lead.
God. You're making this worse.
I know. And then in 69 was the one where Bill retired and they blew a 2-0 lead in the finals.
Oh my God!
But only 2 of those he was the higher seed. I want to say.
Okay,
so he should have 4 rings. He should probably have 4 rings and Bill should have 9.
9. So that's the point. Because I get it.
Lopsided though.
Nah, I get it. Wilt Chamberlain didn't have Red Auerbach by him. That is a factor. I get that. But the fact that Wilt was, but if let me put it like this: if Wilt had that dog in him. We can't, Dom. You playing devil's advocate now. Now you being hot take, Dom. I see you. Yeah, you are. Now you know what this feels like.
I'm Team Bill Russell too. I'm Team Bill Russell too. But my difference is, when we're talking with Dave, we're talking about Moses Malone. We can't guarantee that if you take Moses Malone and put him where Wilt is, that he would be able to beat him so much. Because Wilt Chamberlain is pretty incredible. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a difference. Here's a difference.
I never said that.
But I'm asking you for your top 5. I get what you're saying though. I guess relative to how many rings does Moses have? Like, he only has 1 ring. Wilt still got more rings, and he was playing against, as you said, a really great team. Go ahead, Blaze.
Yes, I'm disrespecting Moses like that. Go ahead, Blaze, please.
Well,
top 5, your top 5 centers.
Top 5 centers?
Yeah.
I got Bill, even though I never watched him, but he's the GOAT. I got Bill. I got Kareem. I got Shaq. I got who else?
Hakeem
definitely in there.
And Moses.
Moses or Wilt will fill that.
All right, that's a great list. That's a great list. I mean, I'd probably put Moses 6th because that's my top 5 with Wilt in there. I'd probably put Moses. Would you put Moses over Jokic and Embiid?
Yes.
I like it. All right.
Right
All right,
now,
Joe, I gotta go. Peace out. I gotta go edit.
They gotta show me they could win, bro.
Fair enough. I can't argue with that. Fabian don't like that comment, but fair enough.
No, that's not true. That's what Moses showed you. Moses didn't have a chance. When he did, he showed you. If he played in 1960, he would have whooped everybody's ass. Moses was crazy, bro.
I believe. Can I? Was Moses? He played against Showtime, so I'd assume that he could still run up and down the court really well.
Didn't he beat the Showtime Lakers in Houston first in 80?
Yeah.
But it was like 2-3 games though.
I can't wait to watch his film. He'd be great. Anytime.
He's not gonna blow you out the water. He's like Mitchell Robinson on steroids. I'm telling you, I know what his game is.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yes, Mitchell Robinson.
He has no
offensive rebound machine.
No, I'm talking about on the offensive. Look at he averaged like 7 offensive rebounds, bro. And I thought it was like then you watch the tape and you go, oh, he's just doing some crazy off the rim shit, grabbing the ball. Yeah, it's not nothing athletic. Moses Malone was just smart. That's why I say all these guys. Give me
right.
He taught Olajuwon. A lot of people don't know that he's training taught Olajuwon.
Does he have no offensive game at all though? Because Robinson doesn't have any offensive game. Just a screen setter and a lob threat.
What Robinson? David?
Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, Mitchell Robinson.
No, because Moses won like MVP, so he was.
As I'm saying. So all right.
Wait,
guys.
David Robinson might be top 5 too.
Hey, that's a good one. That's no. He would be more favored in today's game. They wouldn't call him soft as much. I feel like.
That's a fact.
David Robinson might be top 5, bro.
David Robinson, nah. Yeah, David Robinson was a 10 man. He was a 10 man. He was soft, bro.
David Robinson was soft.
Soft case. Akeem Olajuwon took his heart. Crazy. We seen it live in action. He was. How can I explain it? Like Dwight Howard on offense. Like he was not even on Dwight Howard on offense. He was really good. Like he was talented. Everything. He's just something about him. He didn't have that heart. Like Ewing was the same way. Something about you missing something. Something about you missing something. Because remember, he's RoboCop. He's out there playing every game, 48 minutes. He looked like a monster. Like he was a statue. But then you watch the game like, yo, Akeem not supposed to be busting your ass like that. Like, come on, man, throw an elbow at him. He wasn't dirty. I needed him to be a dirtbag. He wasn't a dirtbag enough for me. Like Tim Duncan was kind of filthy for a quiet. Tim Duncan was a dirtbag. Give me Tim Duncan over. Like Tim Duncan shouldn't be better than David Robinson. He shouldn't be, but he is.
Bro,
know what I mean?
That's a fact. I feel what you're saying.
Turbo, we see you in a cut over there, Turbo, like literally.
And you know, James Harden was the only one.
Hey, I got a comfortable couch, man.
In the playoffs his whole career.
/ bed.
James Harden was the only one in NBA history
to go to the playoffs this whole year.
Every season.
Every season.
Oh shit. That's the first James Harden stat I was impressed with in my life.
Yo.
That was ill. Nah, that's ill.
That's ill. Wow,
respectfully, yeah.
While having scoring championship.
No, Fab, you didn't know that Moses trained and developed Hakeem Olajuwon? You didn't know that?
Nah, because they don't have the same kind of game, so it threw me off. As you said,
no, because remember before Moses went to the Sixers, he was with the Rockets.
Right, but that's why they drafted him. That's why they drafted Hakeem. That's why the Rockets drafted Hakeem, because they traded him for. Who did they trade out Moses to Sixers for?
Moses came there at 82, 83 season. Olajuwon didn't come out until 84.
Right, but the reason why, because they knew Hakeem was available. Remember, he's playing in Houston in college with Clyde Drexler.
Yeah. Right.
So now, I still didn't know he trained them.
You remember, but you remember they had Ralph Sampson got drafted by Houston.
Yo, I seen something where they said the Rockets could have had Clyde, Hakeem, and Jordan on the same team, or Portland could have had all three.
Yep.
I said, nah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, that would have been nuts. Nobody would have won championship. They would have been a dynasty that you ever seen.
But yo, y'all know, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know how they say LeBron made super teams or whatever?
Yeah.
Bro, if you go back and look at Boston back then with Larry Bird and them, bro, them niggas had a big 5.
Yeah. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. No, I do always. Because the thing was though, Bleeze, LeBron gets what happened with the term super team. The general manager and the media, they had to make it like, yo, fuck that. We ain't letting the players run everything. So you got a super team, you better win it. So now you put pressure on them. You know what I mean? Like it's all politics. Like if you imagine being a general manager and LeBron really took your job from you, he took power away from you. You going, you know what? You better win. If not, we calling you a super team. And if you don't win, we shitting on you. Right. So that's how you turn the balance on them. Like, do you want to be like Steph Curry or do you want to be like LeBron? You know what I mean? Like we got 4 chips anyway, so which one is the right way? So super teams have always been around. Matter of fact, Will Chamberlain was on the first super team.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Hold on one second. I gotta answer the door.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but the only difference is those guys were drafted and developed. There's a difference. These guys ain't developed like they used to. That's the only problem. Yeah, there was super team, but they wasn't using that term. And then they, like you said, those guys were developed under that program. There's a difference between being developed and coming together. There's a huge difference.
I didn't see all these. Yeah, what we say? Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor with the first super team, and it's on a magazine cover. You know what?
Yeah,
I be talking this bullshit like I don't have a internet right now.
I posted that the other day on one of my stories a few weeks ago.
But I'm gonna get the picture here to post up.
But you just stepped out. I was just telling Bleeze. It sounded like he was agreeing with me. I said the difference is around that time, those guys were developed in the draft. Like these guys, they don't stay developed as much. So you don't know who's good because everybody is like, if you don't win in 1 or 2 years, you out the door. There's no patience.
That's a fact.
I think this is it right here. But it's I think it's a YouTube. How you say that? It's somebody's YouTube thing. But this is a magazine cover.
Yeah.
I think it was Sports Illustrated. It says, do 3 superstars make a super team?
Oh my God.
And that was the 60s. We watching. We seen some.
No, he came in the 70s. Well,
lovely actions
in that 70s season.
Nah, Bleeze sound like he's seen some lovely lady action over there. Oh my God! Y'all just reading off the internet. Let me read these comments. Talk to the people. Landon Hollis, Dave Bleeze, you on here just chatting? No, he's not. Landon Hollis, watch your mouth. He was the only one to beat Bill for a chip in the whole decade once, and he said beat Bill like Bill was by himself. Bill shouldn't have beat you. Bill was not as skilled as you. Sheesh. Only senator lead the NBA in assists. Yeah, he did, but come on now. The Celtics recruited the best players in the world. Red Auerbach. Hood point,
Brooklyn.
Fab.
Which Red Auerbach is from Brooklyn. A lot of people didn't know that.
Sound like that's a real game. Some game. Hold on. That's why somebody just said that Boston was ran by the mob. He played with the logo when he was in his prime. He was context when he was out of his prime. Yeah, but he still had a good enough teams. How many game 7s we just talked about? I don't think it should have been close. Will Chamberlain used to miss free throws. His teammates didn't trust him in the clutch. His teammates didn't like him. Any player that's like that needs way more of greatness to balance out their bullshit. Landon Hollis, no disrespect.
Team.
Yeah, Will is kind of like the OG LeBron. He's floating on every team. Anytime someone like people say, all right, LeBron went to every team and they win championships. You got to give him that. But at the same time, if he's on his last season in Cleveland or his last season in Miami, you don't think his teammates are sitting there wondering if he's going to leave or not? And should I re-sign with this team if LeBron's not going to be here anymore? That affects the team. He's a diva. So no disrespect to him. He chose his path. But Will Chamberlain was very similar. He was, in movies. He was in part of the Glow Show. He was a phenomenon. Bill Russell wasn't that. And that's something else I always talk about too, Bleeze and Turbo. As much as we say, like, people say Steph Curry and all that, and Steph Curry is different, but there's certain players, like Tim Duncan, they say he only focused on basketball, and Iverson, he was going out and everything. I said, yeah, but if you're Iverson, right, versus Tim Duncan, it's easier for me to go out and I ain't going to the club and I ain't popping like that. Iverson is popping.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me, like, you can't, I'm a rock star now? I'm the man everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different kind of thing I gotta deal with. Tim Duncan ain't gotta deal with that. That's I would think I'm getting off a natural high if I get nothing but women around me, no matter where I'm at. Iverson was that dude, and Tim Duncan never had to deal with that shit. He could focus on basketball. Like, AI had way more temptation, in my opinion.
Yeah,
maybe I'm crazy. It was only 9 teams. Mel would say that. Wilt was never the favorite to win the Celtics. Celtics was stacked. That's you got to read Bill Simmons' book, Land of the Heartless, even though he's what's the word?
A Celtic. He's a Celtic fan.
Right, he's a Celtic. Not beyond a fan. He's a stan. He's a fucking. He's
a fanatic.
Turbo laying down on his stomach like Zay.
Fanatic.
Yeah, he's a fanatic. Robinson would destroy Giannis. Yeah, he might. Actually, he might just off skill alone. Yeah, but I like Giannis's heart more. Even though he threw the fucking ball away, like damn. Yo, you saw when Giannis threw the ball to the crowd like a fucking like a fastball, like he was Aaron Rodgers. He didn't want to shoot free throws. Donovan Mitchell been to the playoffs every season. Also, I guess that's to your point, Bleeze, about the about Harden being in the in the playoffs every season.
Harden been in the league
twice as long.
Years now. Donovan been in for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
probably even more.
Nah, they had Ralph Sampson already when they drafted Hakeem.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I said. Ralph Sampson got drafted in 83.
Also, Moses had a stipulation that he could only play for one owner. That's how he left Houston. So I guess Houston got bought out, and then he got traded and shit like that. That's like Patrick Ewing's contract. Patrick Ewing might have had the illest contract of all time. His contract stated
if nothing went right, then he is able to be free to ask for a trade or leave when his contract was up.
I didn't even know that. I know that.
That's why there was rumors that he was this close to joining Mitch Richmond and Run TMC when he was a free agent.
Patrick
Ewing? He was close to signing to the Warriors. Yeah, and Patrick said that.
Yo, that would have been crazy.
True. That was actually true. Patrick admitted it because during the pandemic, Chris Mellon, because they in the same high school class, so they got history together, and they played in the '84 Olympics and '92, so they had history since high school. So He was saying, it was very close that he was going to join the Warriors.
Yo, that's crazy. And Ewing also had in his contract, it didn't matter whoever had the biggest contract in the league, he had to match theirs and get 10% more every year. Ewing was the man. Yo, I gotta run 4:30. Yeah. Yo, listen, Bleeze, I missed you on here, man. You and Zay we gotta bring that IG vibe to YouTube because we show motherfuckers what it is. Like we got real motherfuckers on our shit. They've been missing on IG. Now we're gonna make the money here on YouTube. I'm gonna show y'all niggas how to make money on here too. And that way we really get this shit popping.
Yeah. Definitely.
You already know. Appreciate you, Bleeze. Appreciate you, Turbo.
But those two need their own damn sport. They need their
own
damn show.
They're gonna start the biggest the hate
they
wave
need
on
their own damn show.
But Bleeze is more respectful of the old school. This nigga Zay is crazy.
Nah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. We need those two to have their own YouTube show on the AllBallTV. That would be classic.
Crazy.
I'll be laughing.
Shout out to you, Turbo.
Yes, sir.
Who else came on? Rockstar Mel.
Yeah,
Z-Mac made an appearance. Boss Man. Salute the Boss Man. Dime Dropper, of course. AllBall will be back tomorrow. We should be on here. If not, Thursdays as usual. And tonight, I want to be going live tonight, y'all. Because if the game's going to be on, I want to just get them reactions.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Sixers, yeah. They said Joel Embiid may not play in this series. Oh, man. That might hurt.
Yeah.
Are we surprised?
Huh? Are we surprised?
No disrespect.
I don't want to... Nah, but we know that Joel Embiid will play through any injuries. We ain't gonna call him soft.
I'm not saying he's soft, but he's not durable. We've seen this already.
No, he's not durable. Yeah.
Yo, Embiid, just miss we might as well miss the first half of the year and just play the second half, man. Just stop playing these games.
That might give Doc another year to coach the Sixers. That's the sad part about it.
And also Daryl Morey's bum ass. It's enough of his bullshit. Y'all be letting him off the hook. Anyway, love y'all.
Yeah.
If not tonight, definitely tomorrow, y'all. Please appreciate you, Turbo. You already know.
Tomorrow. Oh yeah, definitely.
What time tomorrow?
Tomorrow, usually at 12, because I got handle business at like around 2:30. So yeah, tomorrow at 12 o'clock usually.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
All right.
All right, fellas. See y'all later, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
You're ready.